Good evening. Well, the microphone's on. Yep, there we go. Everything's on. We got Metroid Fusion running in the background. Welcome back, everyone. I am back as well after a week off. Taking some time off in the mountains. It's nice to recharge. How's everyone doing tonight? Got a few people on. Good evening, Tiger. Welcome. It was nice. Get some clean mountain air and watching the kids freeze their toes off going in the water because it's mountain runoff, but it was really nice, so... Evening, Ted. I know consoles isn't your favorite thing, but I figured I'm really excited about Metroid Dread. That's coming out in October. I'm a huge Metroid fan, and oh, it fell down. Gotta put this back up. There we go. Probably cat and knocked it down, so yeah. Bigfoot fodder. Bigfoot did not find me. In fact, I did not find him or her either. We did see some moose, though. Lots of hummingbirds, and I don't think we saw any elk. But yeah, we saw lots of moose, actually. But anyway, Metroid Fusion is an actual sequel to Super Metroid. The Super Metroid is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I love the Metroidvania style, where you're basically finding abilities to unlock progression and have to backtrack and come back to areas. I'm a huge fan of that style of game, so Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Super Metroid, there's many new ones too I haven't played, but they released a whole bunch of them on Game Boy Advance, so you have basically, you know, the Metroid Fusion, Metroid Zero Mission, and then there's like 3 Castlevania games that all follow that kind of Metroidvania style, so it's a great console or platform for that, and the mystery is great to experience in them, so... yeah, it was really nice to get out a little bit and get away from stuff. I actually turned off notifications on my phone and just enjoyed the time there, and that was great. So hoping to go back again soon at some point, but... So, for Metroid Fusion specifically, it's then the sequel to Super Metroid and what happens after. And then the new game announced in October, Metroid Dread, is a sequel to this. So it's an actual next mainline Metroid game. You know, Prime series is set, like, before... Let's see, I think it's after Super Metroid, but then not before the other games. I can't remember where it lines on timeline, or if it's before Super Metroid, between Metroid 2. But this one then is an actual sequel to Super Metroid, and then Metroid Dread will be a sequel to this. So it's awesome they're continuing it, and I wholly support Nintendo bringing out 2D Metroid games like this. So the mystery makes it quite easy to play, fortunately. So we got that going here. This is the loop that plays when you begin the game, so I'm not sure if anyone has played this, or I know, Ted, you don't like console games, but if anyone has played any of the Metroid games, most people seem to have at least experienced them, but there's even a story involved in this one. All the Metroid games have story, but this particular one goes pretty deep into it, and it's spooky and creepy, and that's what they, I think, are going to continue with Metroid Dread. So, the basic premise in Metroid Fusion is that Samus is on a mission and then gets infected by the X-Parasite. I don't know what that is. And she basically they have to remove parts of her suit because she's infected, so she gets a brand new look. And you actually plug this into a GameCube and play with this suit in Metroid Prime on a GameCube, which is an awesome connection, so... You got an ass fever. Oh goodness, that's a lot of data to go there. It's funny because I stopped storing. I think when streaming started happening or coming around, you know, I think I stopped storing stuff as much as I used to, and just stream stuff. But then you'd be surprised how much video production takes in space, and that's where I keep having to throw space at it. And I'm unsure on how much to keep like on hand, if you will, versus just buying what I needed. So I'm playing with a, plugged in here, a Super Nintendo style controller to my Mister, which makes it play like a console. For those that are not aware of the Game Boy Advance, it's basically like a console-like Super Nintendo with some additions. It's more powerful than a Super Nintendo, but it has some main concessions on it that around sound. It doesn't have a dedicated sound chip, for example. It's all CPU bound, so then we get some nice backstory here. Good music. So yeah, she's assigned to back on SR-388, which is the planet they keep coming back to in the Metroid series all the time. Yeah, I played this game all the way through, and it's creepy. It's very, very creepy. So if you recognize here, it looks like Metroid or whatever. And no, what's this random thing? It's, they lean really hard into kind of the isolation alien, because, I mean, Metroid borrows a lot from Alien and Aliens, for sure. And in this one, it really leans into that you're alone, kind of spooky feeling. And I think that's what they're going to go with Metroid Dread as well. So if you like that kind of game, then you're in for a treat. People are kind of up in arms on the paying $60 for a 2D game. And, you know, I'm fine with it. It's like, I want them to keep making games like that. I'd rather have a shorter, good quality experience than, you know, your Assassin's Creed Odyssey and everything with like 250 plus hour runtime, with just a lot of padding. Versus here, it's the idea with the Metroid is that it's more concise, enjoyable experience. So, oh no, bad things are happening. So I am playing. The cool thing with the Mister, I'll switch to the action cam so you can see. The cool thing with the Mister is that I can play this on a CRT while capturing it with, and the Mister is back here, right there. So I can play it on a CRT, which the Game Boy Advance you could do using a Game Boy player on the GameCube, which is an attachment that goes on the underside, but not with this kind of quality by far. So oh no, bad things are happening. So yeah, she crashed her spaceship, and then the medic team basically like, oh no, we found her, but we have to carve a lot of the suit off. And it was the intent to actually evolve Metroid. So Metroid Fusion came out in 2002. So that was the last time we had a mainline entry of Metroid. So Dread is the next one now. It's been 19 years or whatever. Yeah, they couldn't remove the power suit while she was unconscious. They cut her off surgically. So she has the iconic look that she's had forever then, of course, and here they changed it. So it was, you know, it's very early 2000s, but it's good that they tried to change it up a little bit, I suppose. They decided to inject Metroid vaccine straight into her body, which apparently worked. Yeah, the vaccine Metroid. How's everyone else been doing so far? Ted, sounds like you've been having lots of fun with NAS stuff. You guys been doing any retro stuff while I was out or gone? I actually brought the Mister too with me, so I could. I was playing Super Mario World as a relaxing thing in the evening, listening to the wildlife outside the cabin. So I didn't complete the disconnect. I had some, you know, creature comforts and amenities. So. All right. I love that when I go live, I get notification from my own channel being live, so I get it right away. I don't know what to promise on your side, but yeah, thanks, YouTube. You never know how those things work out, so. So, and she has a new suit, so she has a completely new look, and she gets a new ship, and it was an attempt, I think, to modernize Metroid, basically, so. There's a lot of story here, but we'll get into classic Metroid gameplay here soon. But yeah, they really go thick on the atmosphere in this one, so. I kind of felt to play, I know, Ted, not your favorite again, but I prefer to play a little bit of a console here now to. We had a just amazing GPU June, I think. There's a lot of really cool videos. I haven't even watched all of them yet, but that was a lot of fun. I missed out on the end there. I was going to make one more video. I'm not sure if you saw it on Twitter, but then the video card I was planning on fixing up was I had two GeForce TI 4600s, and both of them ended up being dead. So I couldn't. I was planning on upgrading a computer with that and doing a quick comparison video, like a quick extra bit or something, but it didn't work out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's it's kind of got to use SMB1 to make all that work, but I think it's awesome that you can still. And if it's internal network, it doesn't really matter. Then SMB1 allows all your old machines to reach it. Excuse me. Alright, here we're getting into the gameplay. So it's, of course, quite different from Metroid Prime that we played a few weeks ago. mean, you know, it's a full 2D game, but it looks really, really good on a CRT, and that's what the Mister is really useful for. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388 as well as parts of your suit infected by the X-Parasite. The cause of the explosion is yet unclear. Investigate. Quarantine bay is here. Oh, move quietly and quickly. You're still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way up. Link from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go to the quarantine bay. Enough story. Let's shoot some things. So it plays almost identical to your Super Metroid. But the thing to almost forget is this. So this is a Super Nintendo controller, but the Game Boy Advance only had 2 buttons, so you can only use A and B basically. Oh, nice. That's a lot of space. Whoop. Or memory. Goodness. I'm a little rusty on this, apparently. There we go. I am decent at this game, I promise. Well, not really, but... I kind of struggle with what to do with storage, and I have a server. It's a Dell PowerEdge, like, workstation tower, and I threw... I threw some drives in there and used that as a storage server, basically. And I haven't really done any raiding on it or anything like that. I'm mostly just, basically just threw in just disks on it and everything. And then I'm using cloud backups, kind of like a backup system. But yes, there's always an explanation in every Metroid game why you lost all your stuff. Always has to have that. So at least I explain it in Prime. Here they just, well... I guess you lost all her abilities because the thing, but then they still sent her on a mission, so whatever. The idea, actually, with the Mister is that it's supposed to mimic the original device as close as possible. I don't think this one has any performance boosts. You can do turbo, but otherwise it basically is attempting to replicate the Game Boy Advance, as it were, in theory. So, biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. These little guides here on where to go and everything. But yeah, I love the atmosphere in this one. It really leans into the horror or scary part of Metroid, which not many of them do, I feel. Super Metroid is pretty good about that, but this one really leans into it, which I think the Dread is going to really try as well. Oh no, I picked it up. I was like, it was pretty daring of them to go with a completely new direction for this. Compared to, you know, Super Metroid was just a kind of expanding on what Metroid already was, but this one, they tried to really go brand new style. It's still Super Nintendo, a Super Metroid style game, but this is unfortunate news. Specimen brought back by the field team were infected by X-Parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. For explosion and security sensor, scan one. Okay, got it. Gelatinous can invade, rapidly reproduce, killing host creature, and then mimic the host. So basically, it takes over anything. Yes, GBA looked very less crisp, and also you gotta remember the way we used to play it also on the original GBA was not very good. The newer screens are much, much better. But here it's able to run a very good upscaler through the capture on the Mister. So it's running in 1080p basically, which, you know, originally that much higher resolution than the Game Boy Advance itself were to play on. So can absorb free-floating X without host. Okay, blah blah. Light to replenish. So basically, these are your weapon pickups and energy pickups. Doo-doo. So basically, these X-Parasites can absorb into anything, and they take over the animal, and then they do the same stuff that the animal does. So you gotta be careful. Massive biosigns in this region. So go there, which seems like a bad idea, but Federation needs you alive on duty, Samus, which is why they sent you to explore this station all by yourself. Yes, let's go. Look for blinking hatches. Alright. Now things kind of open up. And it's cool to play These are green doors, I can't open them yet. So the whole point of Metroidvanias is that you have gated progression based on abilities. So you get, retrieve abilities, unlock things, and that's how you progress in the game. And I really enjoy that because you get to feel more powerful, and especially going back to different places, you kind of get to explore the same areas you were before, and then get to see more stuff and use more abilities, and I really enjoy that kind of progression. Oh no, zombies. I don't think I can get in there yet. Nope. So that was an area where I can't get through yet because I don't have the right ability. This introduced being able to hold on to ledges still, so that was new. Of course, in the beginning you have almost nothing, so... Ooh. Yeah, that's the thing. When you start copying large files, it goes much faster. It was funny because I just got on Prime Day, I grabbed a larger micro SD card for the Mister, and, alright, evening, Nico. Welcome. We're playing some, Metroid Fusion. But I grabbed a larger micro SD card, transferring everything over for the Mister, and some of the large files were like, done, done, done. But then you get to, like, NES ROMs, and there's, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, and it takes forever because each file is so tiny. And that's really what kills transfer rates on anything large you have. Alright, they can support you with downloadable weapon data. Why don't download everything? No, 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 no. We need a steady progression of abilities here now because of plot reasons. Alright, we will be able to use missiles, which we will definitely need. So we're going to head to the data room. In the D room. Everyone wants a D room. Yes, my chance of survival increases at 20%. Thanks. You got any more of them? Their weapon downloads there? Is that the right way? I need to go up here. So it's funny, as natural as this game feels, it's kind of like a Super Nintendo playstyle, which is where I think the Mister is a great alternative. You can play this on emulator very easily too, on a computer. But to experience these games on the Game Boy Advance, if you like Metroidvanias, there are multiple ones on here. The Game Boy Advance is a really cool system with a lot of good games on it. She used to serve with a gruff Federation officer called Adam. This is before Metroid, what's that one called now? Forget about it. The bad one. What's that called now? Why am I forgetting it? On Wii. Metroid... Boy. Why am I blanking on that one? Because it was terrible. They tried to do a really heavy story, and it was made by the same studio that made the Ninja Gaiden games, I think. And it's just not very good. Like, Samus is just whiny. She only does what her commanding officer tells her, and yeah, it's not good. But why am I blanking on that one? Someone remember that one on Wii? Metroid? Why am I blanking? Data room is just ahead. Got it. One of the things that's really challenging with the Game Boy Advance, or emulating it that I know I've heard of, is that it's quite difficult with the sound, because you can't really clean it up, because, like I mentioned earlier, Other M, yes, thank you, that's the terrible one. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but since the Game Boy Advance doesn't have a dedicated sound chip, it does all in CPU, which sounds probably for cost saving and, you know, efficiency and all that, but it means that you always have some crackling and things like that. So if the sound doesn't sound as crisp as you might be expecting, there's nothing they can do, at least from the Mister perspective, because they try and emulate the chips, right? They're reproducing the hardware, so they're trying to reproduce how the Game Boy Advance actually behaved. So you kind of get that baggage with it. They have, you know, it can clean it up somewhat. You're not going through the old components on a Game Boy Advance, but again, there's only so much you can do. You can't really rewrite. You'd have to rewrite the whole core, basically, to use different sound routines. And that's not the point of the Mister. The Mister is trying to reproduce the hardware as close as it can. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. Huge biosigns. I hope your missiles work. Well, if not, nice knowing you. I mean, it's basically the tutorial area. One thing that's really neat that unfortunately I don't think it's going to work very well on stream. So the Game Boy Advance originally, yeah, there you go, have a beer. The Game Boy Advance used an LCD, right? And you can actually, with the Mister, add on a filter that makes it a little grid-based, but unfortunately, I don't think it really comes across on stream. If you look up at the gray areas now, it should be a little grid pattern, and what they're trying to do with that is duplicate the LCD feel. And I don't think I'm going to run with it on the stream, but it looks really, really cool on a flat panel, because you really feel like you're playing on an LCD screen. So I'm going to leave that off for now, because I don't think it's going to carry over very well, unfortunately. But when you play it on the actual flat panel, it looks really cool. Find a way to the target. Stay on target. Stay on target. Oh. Oh no, look at that red thing. Maybe I can use missiles on that. Ooh, it worked. What a coincidence. And of course, the Metroid games are really good at, like, hey, you just got an ability, let's let you use that ability so you can see how it works. They're very well-crafted games. And as I said, I'm very excited for Dread. I don't mind the Prime games, they're cool. I do like them. But I think that the... Ooh, missile upgrade. And it's kind of drip feed of upgrades too, right? The 2D games is, of course, what I really, really like. And of course, there's a resurgence in these kind of games now, which is cool. There's a lot of retro-style games coming out like this, which is fine with me. This particular, like, with the Game Boy Advance, I mean, it's 16 million colors. I don't know, 65,000 colors, I think. The Game Boy Advance is actually considerably more advanced than a Super Nintendo. Because think about it this way, the Super Nintendo, most of the advanced games, it's like a gated door here to get into the bad guy area. You gotta, like, do this thing. The, most of the advanced games on the Super Nintendo used enhancement chips, like the very famous Super Effects chip, things like that. So by the time the Game Boy Advance came out, it was, you know, more advanced. Haha, you get it? And I think that they said it's like somewhere between Super Nintendo and a PlayStation, almost in power, like roughly. I mean, I'm very simplifying it, but oh no, a boss creature. What you gonna do there? Use your little ledges there. Each one uses your abilities, right, that you just gained. There we go. Got him. And then in this game, what's neat is that the major X Parasite comes out, and you gotta defeat it. Then I'm out of missiles. There we go. So now it releases the missiles for me to use. And then you unlock. There we go. Alright, welcome, Sucra. Yeah, it is almost 32-bit. I mean, that's kind of like the bridge in between. So, yes, the SP was the foldable one, and really the only upgrade to that was the backlight. The the electronics inside are identical between the two. So, yeah, maybe I'll have to get a beer myself here. Now I have the Morph Ball, so now I can morph, which is of course a staple of the Metroid series. It's pretty funny because, you know, I think they explain it at some game or some point that she has, like, basically like a quantum thing, try to explain, like, how can she morph into a ball. And in Metroid Prime, you find space pirates that are trying to emulate that, and they basically, all of them get crushed as they try and use the, I didn't hear that. As they all try to, turn into a ball, basically, which you can't, so, physically. Alright. I'll say I want to commend you, Sucra, for all your awesome videos there on the GPU June. It's funny, because in Swedish, the J sound is soft, which is why I say that sometimes. Ooh, Stella's good stuff. So I catch myself saying those things incorrectly. Like saying Wolverine, I have to think about that, because that's not how we say it in Sweden, so. I also say Stella's good. There you go, it's going pretty fast. Do you have a lot of large files or a lot of small files? I know you talked about that earlier. You know, when you hit the big files, it's faster. But then you start hitting the slow files and the large amount of small files, and that's when it really bogs down. Let's go to the navigation room. Alright, welcome, Brian. I'll say, how could you forget? Whew. So what we have going here right now, I'll switch to the action cam, is we have the Mister right back there. And the Mister is outputting on the CRT monitor so I can play the game, and then also HDMI at the same time. Since the Mister outputs 2 signals, I can basically feed the capture into HDMI 1080p, excuse me, directly, and also play on the CRT at the same time. Or it's actually so low lag that I can actually play in the OBS window almost. That's, you probably notice I'm looking up here a lot because that's where my panel is to look at the chat. But the capture is so low latency right now that I could almost play it on the OBS window if I wanted to. Alright, Parasites everywhere. Sector 1 shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Simulation of the SR-388 ecosystem. Go there right away. They keep like, Samus, you're really weak. You probably die as soon as someone looks at you. Go there and try and find out what's going on. Okay? And it works so well with the narrative, but yeah. That's what I'm hoping to cover at some point in the video, is how well the Mister works with the setup. If you do streaming or when it captures stuff at the same time, it works really, really well, being able to do both at the same time. Both at the same time. Oh, that's cold. So, again, gated progression. You have to have an ability to be able to handle that cold environment there, right? But I can't go in here now. Ooh, missiles. So this is one of those games where you could plow through it much faster, but of course I like exploring and collecting upgrades. That's really the main draw for me on these Metroidvania style games, is collecting upgrades and just continually improving your character. And in this case, they do like drip feeding. Now, I believe here comes a part that scared the bejeebus out of me. So, something is breaking the station. We don't know what it is. There's explosions everywhere, and something is happening. So, this creeped me the F out when I played it the first time. Ugh. So, somehow, your old power suit is walking around doing stuff with something very creepy in there. You don't know what that is. Yes, I do like dying. In this game, I'm trying not to, but these, what I like about the Metroid games so far, at least the Metroidvania ones I played, I mean, I might exclude Metroid 1 and 2, I like the later ones. So, alright, I have been told by my support staff here, I challenged that because my pour in the vacation was so bad that I have to repeat that. And it was the, I don't know how you do it, Sucra, one-handed, which is why I don't usually pour with... So what happened was that I put a video out on Twitter, right, for Sucra, where I was pouring a beer, and I was pouring with one hand, and the head just ended up being 90% of the glass, so... I guess we're going to repeat that challenge here now. Alright, let's try that again. It's a very foamy beer. That's what I couldn't do. I couldn't angle the glass at the same time, right? So... There. Is that better? Is that better? Couldn't get much head on this beer, but I guess less head is better than full head. So what happened in Twitter there, I couldn't do it with one hand. Yeah, so that's why I need to practice. That was the first time I really poured one-handed, because usually I do this, so... There we go. Vindication, right? That's why you come here, is for these very pro tips on pouring beer, so... Awesome. So yeah, do you have... educate me here. So it sounds like we got a few people from Brazil here now. I know Sucra is, of course, but... what's the brewing situation in Brazil? They have a lot of... Because, I mean, here in America, there's so many microbreweries and major breweries that, you know, there's so many different beers you can get. Being from Europe, I tended to go for Central European beers, which tended to be a little lighter. It feels like lagers and stuff like that. And I tend to prefer lagers more, a good lager, I should say, not a watery lager, than heavier beers. Main elevator has been severely damaged by what? I wonder. It was a little bit, wasn't it? So yeah, we went to Colorado, basically, and this is Boulder. So yeah, it does look like a little Skyrim. I'm trying to see, I believe... There's got to be, like... Goodness, what is that? A buffalo or something there? It's a creepy eye. Anyway, it's a good beer. There's a lot of good breweries there, but... Something very powerful, certainly not human. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like really hot, and I mean, I have the image of Brazil being a kind of a hot country in general, right? A lot of time. So clear all 5 atmospheric stabilizers. Subjective clear. Yes. There we go. That is a Bigfoot. Now get moving. And I think that a lot of the beers get adapted to, you know, where they're sold, obviously, and the big sellers here in America are going to be the big bulk ones, like, you know, your Budweiser and Bud Light and all those. But it is... I feel like in America especially, you're spoiled for market breweries because there are just so many, and they pop up all the time, and they're local here, and, you know, everywhere I've gone, you've been able to sample the local beer, which is pretty awesome. Some are good, some are not. I am not a big fan of the hop flavor, like heavy hops flavor, which I think a lot of, you know, IPAs, things like that. And I feel like a well-balanced hoppy flavor I like, but when they go like all in on just mega hops, it's just not a fan of that. These are combining into bigger bad guys there. I have to use my missiles. Yes. Yeah, it's, I heard someone say that it's easier to make a bad beer with a lot of hops because it masks any bad flavors. Because it's so overpowering. Yeah, that's the thing. I do like a lot of... I mean, correct me here now, since you are the local expert here now. But I like some of the, like, red beers and things like that. Like Killian's, I think, is from the same brewery as Guinness, right? And a lot of those I do like... not a huge fan of Guinness anymore. It used to be, but it's just too much. I think that's probably a common complaint with Guinness. I'm guessing it's just really heavy. That's what I'm finding a lot. Is that in the limited time I have to drink, when I get one of those mega heavy ones, like, boy, I feel bloated quickly. When I just want something light and refreshing, where like again, a good lager I think is important. A not just a water lager. So yeah, red ales I'm a really fan of that. I should get more of those. But that's what I'm finding myself. But I usually want a refreshing beer, right? That's what it comes down to. Because it's been a long day and I want a refreshing beer. But I don't want pure water. Something that's really come out around here, I'm not sure how the rest of the world is the seltzers. White Claw, stuff like that is huge here now. There we go. Got the atmospheric stabilizer online. Oh, Norwegian beer, Ryan, huh? So, I mean, I am from Scandinavia, but I'm trying to think, because it's weird because I never felt, and maybe I was just not very long at drinking age in Sweden, but there was, I wasn't hugely impressed. A lot of Swedes prefer, like, those really light, kind of watery beers. Or piss beers, if you were to say that. It's not a family stream, so... Guinness is refreshing. Like a light stout? My goodness. I feel Guinness is one of the heavier ones for me, but... I haven't had one in a long time. Maybe I should try one again. I just remember being very... bready. So you get little things here where you can do things, but like of course now I can't progress here because there's lava. That would be a bad thing. So then they kind of, you know, hey, you should come back and explore here when you get something that lets you get past this lava. I don't know. Of course, it helps to have the X-Parasite here, because then, of course, they can mimic anything, right? That's convenient from a plot perspective. So these are space pirates. I'm like, oh no, how did they get space pirates? They duplicated them. Say, it's the perfect lead in there for your stripper. You can look at your upgrades here. And, of course, in getting into the water, you can move very fast, so that's, again, another potential upgrade in the future. You know, it's, again, what I really like about the Metroidvania games is that they give you that feel. And, I mean, Symphony of the Night is, you know, equally amazing. I'll probably stream that sometime, too. And also the other one that's revered in the Metroidvania community. So, yeah, there you go. Ostella is a good name. Good name for that. Probably the one you think of. It's funny, I'm not sure if any of you watch RMC, or Retro Man Cave. I think now just RMC. He did another update on his build lab at his new exhibition space, and they were going to put like poles down or something for the electrical stuff, and they said it would look like a very different kind of establishment because they would have poles everywhere. I'm like, you know, I think he is in the UK, so Ted, there's your, you should visit that, so. Whoop. Nope. Bad thing. Go away. Alright, I gotta crawl up. Stop spawning. So that they keep coming out of that thing, so that's why you gotta kill those things. So you gotta do like some AC ductwork cleanup here. Is that we're talking beer now, or is that a local beer? Sounds like it. I'll say, why not both? Alright, where are we going now? There's something in that room up there, isn't there? You see on the map there in top right corner, and that's something, I mean, this game follows Super Metroid mold very closely. You see on the map there is something, right? There's a circle showing that there's an upgrade in the room somewhere. And it's right there. Is there anything in here? It's giving me a lot of things hidden, and what happens later as you get more abilities, you kind of sweep through the game again and find hidden things. There. Fires and missiles. But yeah, I'm a big fan of RMC too. It feels like a genuinely nice channel, so. Also, I'm not sure if any one of you guys saw it on Twitter, but I will be going to a computer festival. I haven't really been to anything before at all, but I will be going in my official capacity as Rick's Random Retro. But no, I'm just going to go to the VCF Midwest Festival, which is a retro computer festival in Chicago. So that's in September, so that should be a lot of fun. Hoping to maybe meet with some local people, or maybe a friend that I know. LGR has shown up at that one before, for example. I'm not sure if you'll be there this time, but that'd be awesome. Yeah, we'll take some videos for sure. I'm gonna ask if I can just film and stuff. If I find any people that are, you know, noteworthy, I'm hoping to even record or interview if I can, you know, stuff like that, so. Okay. Yeah, thanks. I'm excited to go too, because like I haven't really gone to any stuff like that. Not only, and to give a little backstory then, so we have little kids, right? And the kids are getting older, so it's easier to just like, hey, I'm gonna go to a thing. So my wife's actually one who suggested it, you know, that it's getting easier to do that now. It's not much of a burden on the other parent, so we can do more stuff. And now that, you know, I'm fully vaccinated and stuff like that, so I am from Sweden, actually, originally. So I live in the Midwest now, in America. But no, not in Colorado. This guy, of course, is shooting a little beam here. And most of the bosses in this game, you can kind of brute force. You don't have to worry too much, so. But yeah, I'm excited to go to that event. It's funny because I think Nate the Not Great, who shows up every once in a while. He lives not too far away from me, and I think he's wanted to go too, but he has a much longer way to drive, and I'm probably going to fly. I'm not interested in making a road trip. I could road trip it there, it's not too bad, but I'm going to fly probably. It's really cheap right now to fly. Hi, Cat. Here's Zoe. She was really upset when we got back on the visits, because, you know, we were gone for a while, and she came up to us and meowed like crazy, like, where were you guys? Don't worry, we had someone help and look after her, so. Oh, hello. This is a nice room. So now I got the charge beam, which does a little more damage. Oh, Zoe, yeah. There we go. Hi, Zoe. Yep. Just switch to Zoe cam. There we go. She's really sitting on me here. It's a little uncomfortable, but you know, that's what that's the cost of having Zoe cam, right? Whoop. There we go. All stabilizers online. Atmospheric levels equalized. So yeah, I'm curious to see what that event will be, and like I was saying, Nate wanted to, I think he wants to buy a lot of stuff, yeah, she's very partial to me. She's not super friendly to other people, so she sleeps on my face basically at night too. But I think he really wants to go there to buy stuff, because what happens is there's basically a swap meet and everything's for sale. The VCF Midwest Festival, or Vintage Computing Festival, so I shouldn't say VCF VCF Festival. That's redundancy of the redundancy department. But the idea is that people bring out whatever and they can sell, and there's no cost of entry at all. They just, you know, you got to pay for the hotel obviously if you're going to stay there, but they don't charge admittance at all. So you can do whatever, go there and show up and do the thing. The cool thing with the Mister, which I'm hoping to cover too, is you can run this at 1440p if you wanted to. I can't stream in that because my bandwidth won't hold up, but you can play it on 1440p scaled to that. So right now it is actually scaled 5x 1080p to get up to this size, and you know, it looks really good. 5x or something close to that. So it is definitely upscaled. The Mister will do that for you automatically. I wonder if I can I switch to original? You'll see the original size here. No, I think aspect ratio original, full screen. Yeah, it's the normal scale. It will scale to 1080p, but I'm doing a square scale, and what that means is that you're not getting uneven pixels. But yeah, it's a really good game. So, yeah, thanks. The PVM is real nice, and I think I've told a story before, but someone at work, we have a video studio at work where they make, like, you know, educational videos and training stuff, and they were clearing that out. My coworker there just wheeled 2 PVMs down, 14L5s, and he's like, "You want one?" I'm like, "Absolutely." Yes, you can actually enable a high resolution mode, but yeah, you're right. It's not upscale pixel or, you know, textures. That's impossible here, but you can actually increase the resolution here. So it actually is running now at a higher resolution than the game originally ran, and you can see the smaller details of the sprites are much more clear now. At least some of them are, but it's not really true to the thing, so we'll do off on that. I like a little bit of the pixelated look, right? So yeah, that's the thing. I wish I could get Ethernet here. I know. My up is, like, you know, not bad. I mean, it's like 35 or something like that, but it limits me on what I can stream up. It limits me how fast I can upload things, you know. It restricts me a lot on some things, especially with, you know, what you can do. I really wish we had higher up speeds, but because the way we live, it's like they almost skipped. There's newer construction further out from us, and they put in fiber there, but we live in closer to the area that was built long ago, and well, you can't get fiber here. They're not going to pay to come and pull in the fiber later, so yeah. I have a friend who lives up the hill who has fiber, and he gets like 800 megabit up, you know, and I was like, sometimes, like, I'm going to bring my video on a thumb drive and have you upload it, because it's going to be faster than me doing it here. Just, I wish I could get fiber. It would make it so much easier for me to stream in higher quality, all that stuff. This, right now, the quality I'm streaming in now, which is 700 kilobits per second there, about 7,000. So 7 megabit up, roughly, is what I can get right now up consistently. If I go higher than that, I start having dropouts. So that's maxing out my internet connection basically up. That's unfortunate. Stablish is online. Many acts have already made it to the outer sectors, it seems. In particular, Sector 2, TRO, the tropical habitat. Oh no. We better not send in any large squads. Only you should go over there and deal with this. Absolutely. But yeah, that's pretty good. It's fun too, because my parents living in Sweden out in the woods, in a cabin, they have fiber to their house. So Sweden put in a lot of money and expansion on putting in fiber during the 90s. So, oh yeah, nice. I saw you were really ahead there now. So I'm gonna use that time wisely, right? Take some time off too. Yeah, it's easy to kind of keep rolling, but you're kicking out videos so often. I can't keep up with that pace. I'm working on next video. I have the script fully written now, so I'm going to start recording it here. I'm trying to do, on the bigger videos that I do, to stick to a big script. Just to get a consistent feel throughout the thing and get an idea of what I'm covering. When I'm trying to cover really in detailed, yeah, basically don't disturb the cat. Yeah, she comes to us all the time, and she's very, almost dog-like. We had another cat who, sadly, we had to put down here a few months ago, and she was even more dog-like than this one. Uh-oh. Here comes the creepy part. I have learned the identity of our mystery saboteur. Samus is an X mimicking you. I named it the SAX. Creepy. I believe the SAX came from the capsule containing your infected suit parts. It used a powerbomb to escape the quarantine bay. That explosion breached the capsules containing all the X that started this disaster. So, here is a very interesting piece then. The idea being the SAX is just too powerful. You cannot fight it right now. It will kill you instantly if you find it. So that's the dread they're going to do. And then in Metroid Dread, they're going to have the robots chasing people, right? Chasing you. And that's the same thing they wanted to convey, is that there's some all-powerful force that you can't fight. So, yeah, the Big Brother one was, I love the, you got a really cool theme, I think, for GPU June. That was a great idea, because you had a consistent thing all the way through, and it gave you a thing to work on specifically, right? So, yeah, you should, when you go on vacation, definitely. I think that's what Pixel did, so I did that too. When in Colorado, I brought the thing I'm covering now, and took some stuff, so. Evening, Dermot, welcome. We're playing Metroid Fusion here on the Mister. And we just learned that the SAX is mimicking me at full power. We cannot face it. Just run. I've seen people speed run this game, and they're jumping around this thing. And so the idea is that if you run into the SAX, which is basically a duplicate of you at full power, it will kill you very quickly. But then people figure out a way to jump around. Just run. Bombs will help you find a way if it traps you. So we'll have to find a security hatch unlock first, and then see where we can get, so. Find a security room. Is your objective clear? Got it. It's a more guided experience, this game, versus, I think that, you know, Super Metroid was very open-ended in the sense that it didn't tell you where to go, and it gave you that lone feeling. Both the Metroid games on Game Boy Advance, the Fusion and also Zero Mission, which is really good as well, they both give you guided directions, so. More streamlined experience, if you will, with lots of exploration to do, kind of like guided exploration. It's still funneling you, it's not completely freeform. You know, there's only so many places you can go. Eating Van Lay, welcome. So, I like that. It's like, I like a well-crafted experience, like, and I enjoy coming back to it. And a well-crafted, well-designed experience that you could play through and have a good time, I think is worth a lot. Versus, again, it's like, you know, not to say that all those big open-world games are bad, it get, you know, tiring in how large they are, so. when you get a map with just a billion things to do. I mean, compared to like Witcher 3, which has cool stuff on the map. Like there's things that make sense. So I can't get in there yet. Can't get in there yet. These things take a punch. Falcon punch. Can't go in there yet. The lock is not released. Again, it's funneling you where to go. So I would probably say that yes, there's exploration you can do, but both the Metroid games on the Game Boy Advance, I think, are, you know, I wouldn't say linear. No, not linear, but they're very. Well, yeah, they're pretty linear. It really guides you on where to go. And that's why I think they're such a good experience to play. It's fun to play when you're playing it. It's fun to explore. You get upgrades. Just a grand old time. So that's why I'm so excited for Dread. Well, that was hard to get into that security room. That's why I'm excited for Dread coming out in October for Switch, because they're promising it to be basically the same style. And they use the engine that they used in Samus Returns on 3DS, which was kind of a remake of Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. Which I know there is if anyone has been keeping up on that, there is a fan-made AMR2, another Metroid 2 remake, AM2R or something like that. But that one is, yeah, that one is definitely not guided. It's much more open and hard to see too. It's impressive for its day, but it's difficult. So I like the remake on 3DS. I don't think I completed it yet, but it's a really good game. But then the fan-made version uses the Zero engine, I think. And that one is like, you stream that one, Nintendo comes after you almost right away, so that one's a little harder to go after. I don't see anything in this room right now. But yeah, that game was very open-ended and difficult to find, because you're basically tasked with finding all the Metroid larvae by yourself, more or less. Alright, now let's go get the bomb data. They have set us up the bomb. But I really like the Game Boy Advance for what it is, because it's a Super Nintendo on crack, basically. Minus the audio thing. That's a little disappointing that they didn't put a dedicated chip in the audio. I wish they would have done that, so... Oh, nice. Yeah, I've definitely used that site. If nothing else, for convenience. No CD crack, stuff like that, but it's like... It's a convenient way to get the ISOs for games I even own already, just from a convenience perspective, and I really like that site. I'm amazed they're still running, because, I mean, it reminds me of the type of sites you find in the 90s and early 2000s, you know? Where everything got cracked down on. So now I have bombs. Haha! Staple of the Metroid series, obviously. You gotta have the bombs. They just didn't give them to you right away. Oh no! What happened? So they used this as a kind of plot device here, like something broke the entryway here. Oh no. It was the SAX, of course, and it gives them a way to, like, change the routes and have to make you think a little bit. Ooh, I should probably go up here first. There's probably some secret up here. There's secrets everywhere. You want to keep exploring, because if you skip all the upgrades, you're going to have a hard time later on. Missiles, health upgrades, etc., etc. But the major upgrades, of course, you basically get for free by playing the game, but it's a little clever, too, because it looks like that will be the thing that would break there, but then it breaks at the bottom instead, so clever. Clever go. Which way do I go? I think there's a save room to the right, probably. Oh, nice. Fresh squash? That sounds great. A lot of fresh veggies and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. So do you read the ISOs directly from the NAS, or do you actually... Because, I mean, that's fast enough, too. In a lot of cases, a good... it's a good, like, you know... Whoop! Oh, there was an elevator here. Is there another one here? Aha! Secret! gotta be something here. Yeah, there's one. See, there's nothing that's gonna prevent you from using skill there, but... Oh boy. So you want to ask, like, what is the last, like, you consider retro? Yeah, so a gigabit LAN is going to be about as fast as an old-school CD-ROM drive anyway on internal, so you're not going to have a really bad experience, and it saves you a lot of space on retro machines. It's not a bad idea. I tend to copy down, because on the retro network I only have 100 megabit at best, so I tend to copy the ISOs down to the machine, since often I have enough hard drive space, but eventually Santa. So you're asking, what do we consider as far as, like, retro operating system? I mean, I'm not interested in anything later, so right now I think that for me, I probably still go for, you know, XP is probably what I consider the last, for me, retro, but I don't mind anyone saying, like, Windows 7 or Vista is a retro operating system, and that's probably where I would personally put the line right now. It's like... Because I'm careful about saying stuff like that, because a lot of people get really upset about it, which I don't get. It's like, it's different for everyone. So, you know, however you feel about it, you're probably right. There's no right or wrong answer. And I understand some, like, groups have to say, like, okay, machines after a certain era, we don't want to talk about because it gets too modern. It's like, that's fair. That's a group rule. But people getting, like everything else, like the console wars and everything, they get really defensive or angry when you make a proclamation or something like that. Personally, on the computer side, I probably would consider, mostly from my own age and experience, you know, XP is you know, retro, and then anything newer than that is probably, for me, more modern. But it's not like you could, you know, run Windows Vista and have a good time now, but I am a little eager almost to build a retro Vista machine to see what it's all about now that we have enough hardware to do it. That's probably where I would draw the line as far as personal. But yeah. But then as far as games go, I mean, retro to me there's, you know, you're going to be looking at like 2005, 2006 PC games. Like, you know, I was thinking like I have Far Cry sitting right here, and those kind of games is what I consider still retro. And then newer than that, it gets a little modern, so. Exactly, that's the thing, and I think we talked about it when Pixel and I were streaming there about what retro means, and you get a different meaning now for everyone, especially as people get, you know, younger people come into it, and they have memories, retro memories of newer consoles that, you know, PS3 is retro for a lot of people, and that for me is a very modern console, but it varies so much on your age. There's a lot of arguments to be made for all those discussions there. Can't get me. Time for another Stella. So I'm not sure, I saw on Twitter was an ad here. I'm not sure if everyone gets the same ads since, you know, Budweiser is, of course, a very American beer, although owned by a Dutch company. They, is there anything in here? Am I going right way or the wrong way? Just a safe room. They had an ad running. It's Bill Pullman reprising his role from Independence Day, given the speech, a second speech, like, tonight we celebrate our Independence Day, and, you know, lots of patriotic stuff. But he is doing an ad for Budweiser and grilling instead. It's like, alright, well, it's like our most favorite past president is what it says for the title, which of course is just, you know, movie president, but he was a good movie president. There you go, he'll be done before the stream is over here at this rate. This room looks ominous, but I don't think there's anything in here yet. So a lot of the Metroid games play very intuitively too. There's not much to figure out, and since they drip feeding you upgrades, can't get up there yet. And I moved very slow in the water, so you don't want to. I can't really jump here. There's a trick that has been around since even Talajane, welcome. Playing Metroid Fusion on the Mister. But since they drip feed you the upgrades and everything, it's easy to not get overwhelmed, right? But there is a trick you can do that's been around since Super Metro, which is wall jumping, which is basically, as you hit the wall, you push the opposite direction on the joypad, and then jump, and she'll perform a little move, or jump accordingly, like bounce off the wall. And it's difficult to pull off. I'm not very good at it, but I can do it in a pinch here and there to get through places. Our save room. And that can let you get around obstacles or basically break the game more or less, because you can get around areas that you're not expected yet. And watching a professional speedrunner do it, or people that are really good at it, it's amazing because they just fly through stuff. Let's see, I don't think I can... Nope, can't get through there. What's down here then? Ooh, interesting. Let's blow this up. But that's... It's just, I would say, just keep an eye out for a future video here soon, but the Mister just gives you such a flexibility with this kind of stuff, too. Because consoleizing a Game Boy Advance is expensive. It costs a lot of money, and they basically use the harvested guts of a Game Boy Advance, usually, to make it so that you can plug in your Game Boy cartridges into a consoleized experience, right? Well, this is not going to get me anywhere. So it was a dead end. Tricky game. Run over that. Yeah, exactly. And it's amazing, and I really enjoy watching speedrunners the same way, you know, I'm not a big sports fan or anything, but I almost get the same thing that it's fun to watch someone who's really, really good at what they do, right? And that's what it comes to speedrunning, is some of these people are just ludicrous at the game they're playing, so. So, what we're looking at here is... And I'll switch to the action cam. So we have the Mister back here. It's sitting here, hanging out. So the Mister is back there. I'm playing on a PVM, and then you're watching the capture. So since the Mister has both a HDMI output, and in my case, a hat on it. All right, there you go. Stella all around. Since the Mister has, in my case, a analog video output and also an HDMI output, I can do both at the same time. So you're looking at upscale to 1080p inside of the Mister natively, played directly that way. So to be able to capture that without any messing around with it, it just does that natively. And you don't have to do the analog part. You could just do the HDMI part. If you wanted to just play this on a flat panel, you can do that. You don't need the hat that I have. But I wanted the option to play on a tube TV or on a... Yes, did someone use a chalice and, like, took off the head or whatever of it? I think that's required. So behind these doors is always a boss, right? So some of the bosses in this game are easy, some are hard. Most of them, I would say, are pretty manageable. Some are really hard, and I remember having to do them quite a few times, so... I will say, I played a little bit of this game on the vacation now, because again, the Mister travels really well, so... But for me, as a streamer, then, the Mister is a really cool device, since it allows me to do the streaming and the stuff at the same time. Yes, it is, actually. So it's actually running in a smaller window. It's not full screen on the CRT. You can enable the scaler, which then scales it on the CRT, but playing it at the native one, it's using less lines than you normally would see on the CRT, so... You see the pattern of this guy already. Oops, missed. No. Don't eat me, brah. So yeah, that's where I like the Mister, the flexibility of it. Is like, you know, you want to play on just a flat panel, go right ahead. If you want to capture stuff, go right ahead with the VGA hat. You can play on a CRT. You can play on a consumer grade one. You can play on a PVM. You know, you can play on a PC CRT if you want to. There's just so many options with it. And in this case here, this provides, you know, better capture than you could possibly ever get out of a Game Boy Advance. I think, even if you'd have to have like some kind of digital to analog and converter, right, to do that, or DAC. So yeah, I switched back to using. You can see here, it's very blurry, sorry, but you can see here there's big black borders because this is the scaled window of the Game Boy Advance in analog output. And the idea with the Mister is that it always outputs the native analog video that the console that are mimicking did. So to summarize that, anytime you are outputting the signal, it's going to be what the original console output, the highest quality RGB it did, if you will. So if it outputs at 15 kilohertz, it's 15 kilohertz. If it outputs at 30 kilohertz, it's 30 kilohertz. So there, I got the jump ball now, and a high jump. Now she can really jump. Whee! So that's a wall jump there you saw. You have to time it just right, but then you push the opposite direction, and then that lets you kind of bounce off the wall. But yeah, that's why, and yeah, I'm working on Mr. Video, I'll just say that, but the flexibility that it provides and all the stuff that it can do, that's also really cool. And especially for me, a streamer, it's really handy because, yeah, I mean, it's cool to play on original hardware, but if you want to do this with a real Game Boy Advance, I said there's consoleizers. They cannibalize a Game Boy Advance. Oh, on the edge of the desk, that's Alien vs. Predator 2. It's been sitting there for a couple of weeks, I think. That was one on the docket to stream one of those nights. It's like there's remnants here from streaming Doom 3, Alien vs. Predator 2, Far Cry, Fear, which you probably recognize from the time I played on the 7800 GS, right? That was the last stream, so I just haven't cleaned up yet because I went on vacation right away. Look, these are in larva now, so... Alright, so now I can high jump. Still can't get through there. And there's nothing down there, so we're going to go back this way. Oh no. It looks like the SAX was here through as well. So they're guiding you a little bit, you know. It's a way to get the gated progression going there, but I guess we'll go down here. Again, I don't think I can go anywhere else. Maybe? Yeah, Of course, here I'm saying, like, just guided progression, but now I can't go anywhere else. Fascinating. We'll hunt around a bit. Ooh, you mean big box PC games, or you mean big boxes of retro stuff? I think I need the power bomb to get up here. Yeah. Let's take a look in here. Is there anywhere I can jump up here and lay a couple bombs? Aha, there we go. It's a nice little crack there. Not that kind of crack. Whoop! Oh no, that's the SAX. So if you were to run down there now, she would just kill you immediately. Creepy. So I'm going to cover that as well. It kind of comes down to, I think, is that what are you using it for in a sense? Nice big box games, awesome. I haven't ordered one for a while now. I did get a new production one recently that I put on Twitter, but when it comes to the Mister, personally, it's worth it absolutely for me. I love the device and what I use it for, and it's so multi-use. That's where it really shines. There's so many things you can use it for. The Pi, I think, is a great device for, I want a nostalgia kick, I'm going to play the game, and that's about it. You know, you don't care too much about the details. I think that the Pi is still an awesome device for what it does, because you can play so many games on it. Once you have played on a Mister, the low lag and the low latency you experience when you play on it, it's hard to describe. And I'm not trying to sound like a snob or anything. It feels really, really good to play. So I can't get up there yet, unless there's a thing here somewhere. Nope. So if I was really skilled, I'd be able to do a, like, single wall jump up there, but I can't even get that up there, so it's beyond my skill level. The Mr. Low Latency is really what sells it. Once you play on it, it feels really, really good. And that makes it so close to the real hardware, that's where it really shines. I mean, from a day-to-day basis, I actually prefer playing on the Mister than even playing on my retro consoles, like my Super Nintendo, all that stuff, because I got all the games on it, all the ROMs, all the consoles, and I plan on buying a second one to plug into my main tube setup, and I plan to buy a third one to have in the living room for, like, you know, for the kids and stuff. That's how much I like it. Yes, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong. If you have nothing right now, I think the Pi is an awesome device. But for me, the Mister is just so useful in what it can do, and they keep adding stuff to it. It's really amazing how many things are on there, and it's that so close to real hardware feel that's really what sells it. So I know it sounds like I'm a Mr. Profit at this point, but I really like the device, and that's the thing. I try and like portray things I really like myself in a positive light, and I've just been incredibly impressed by the Mister. Once I took the plunge and then started using it, I was like, holy cow, this is like the coolest retro purchase I've made in a long time. I don't say that lightly, so. That's a fall-through block. Oh. Yeah, I'll say that I imagine it's hard to find retro PC games that vary so much by country, and I feel bad sometimes because in America there are a lot of them because they're sold a lot, right? So they show up a lot. And I mean, the lots that I used to get are getting rarer and rarer. I don't always like find like, you know, a gazillion just games laying around the wayside, you know, in the gutter or anything anymore. But it does happen. I mean, I find lots once in a while, but it's pretty rare, so. Forgot to have a beer. So the Mister, I bought it for like $140, $150, something like that, and they've gone up because the manufacturer of it, Terasic, and it's an engineering board, right? It's meant for engineering students. Just someone decided like, what if I run retro on this? And that one is probably now going to cost you more like $160, $170. That's just the way it is. Unless you have a student discount, you get it cheaper. So then you need a memory card for it, or a memory module to play most of the games. You can play like Genesis, stuff like that without a memory, but other than that you will need a memory module. So that's 30 to 60 bucks depending on the size of it. You'll need a larger one if you want to play all the Neo Geo games, for example. So that's another 30 to 60 dollars. Then I bought the analog I/O board, which you don't need, which is $60. You can buy a HDMI to analog dongle for like $5 or something like that, and then use a special switch that then converts that to analog, so you could play that on a tube TV. Yep, there you go. Sounds about right. So you could buy just a dongle if you wanted. Then you need a USB dongle, which you can use a generic one for smartphones, which is like $15 at the most. So that's roughly there. For my setup, I have then the main board, plus the I/O board, which is like $60, plus the USB expansion board, which is like $50, which makes it easier to use, but you can use a dongle, and I used that first. So, yeah. That's basically what I did, and when it comes to that, you're right, Dermot, that FPGA chips are not cheap. And if you were to buy just the Cyclone chip on the Mister, the D10 Nano one, it's more expensive than the whole board, because it's discounted from Intel, because they want people to learn the engineering on these chips so that then they can go into the Intel ecosystem, basically. And that's why it's cheaper than it's supposed to be. But the makers of this now have caught on to the retro community, not in a bad way. They're like, hey, this is awesome. How about that 32X core? You guys done with that yet? You know, they're realizing it, but releasing security lock may have been a bad idea. Oh, several thousand X. Ooh, nice. Well, that should be good. So, sorry, I get motor mouth when I talk about the Mister, which is why I'm going to cover it in a video, but it's such a cool device. It does so many things. I mean, just as an example then, right? So I'm playing Game Boy Advance, and I have access to all the Game Boy Advance games. You could do SNES, Genesis, Master System, Game Gear, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Neo Geo, Sega CD, you know, and the list goes on. And then you get to retro computers. It can do, you know, BBC Micro, it can do Archimedes, it can do Amiga, Commodore 64, VIC-20. I mean, it's just, the list keeps just going on and on and on what it can cover. So there, I must stop the SAX before it gets out. So now you have this weird omnipotent threat, right, that's hunting you. Now, it only happens during triggered sequences. It's not like Alien Isolation where it's just chasing you, but it does give a little extra edge to it, you know. Alright, what do we got here? So if you like retro games, especially for me that play this stuff on a CRT and stuff, it's really, really good option. Because if I look at, like, you know, upgrading my Amiga, upgrading all my consoles to RGB quality stuff, that's going to be thousands of dollars versus this thing is just one unit, so. And there's all the arcade games, too. Hundreds of arcade games at this point, so. Can't rule out the possibility that SAX has a high degree of intelligence. Yes, there's a very large creature called Ceres. Yeah, Game Boy Advance is really cool, and there's a lot of really, really good screen mods for it now. They used to be a little tricky, but now you can buy really good drop-in screens that make a huge difference. So if you buy just a beat-up Game Boy Advance, buy a new case for it, buy a screen, you have a really good unit. And then a ROM card is not expensive either, and I have one of those. And it's a Game Boy Advance is really cool. And I like it here because I can play in a consoleized setup, but having a Game Boy Advance, I think, is a really neat thing to have. It's a good one to have because there's so many cool games on it, especially with a ROM card. Just like everything else, if you buy the original stuff now, it gets more and more expensive, so. Alright, there's a big creature in this thing here that you don't want to, you know, you don't want to take off. We're going to take it off. Save, please. Yeah, and I'm hoping to fix up the Game Boy Advance SPs that I have sitting around as well with new screens, stuff like that, to get them all cleaned up. I did get a Game Boy mod kit recently with a new screen, so I'm excited to fix up my childhood Game Boy. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I've heard about that option. I've tried messing with it a while back, but I just couldn't get it to work. But I know plenty of people have, obviously, and you did too. That's a great option. I like the Mister so much because it's nearly turnkey. But yeah, you're right, Ted. That's really the main drawback there. It's so many options, so little time. But that's the thing, is like, I don't want to get too much like, yo, get a Mister. It's the only way to do it. It's like, there's so many good options. And so many good ways to experience retro. It's like, you know, whatever works for you, but from a tinker perspective, that's where I really enjoy, that's where I really enjoy the Mister. Hey, Christopher, welcome. Playing Metroid Fusion on the Mister. A Game Boy Advance game, if you're not familiar. It's kind of like two schools here now, with people that play a lot of Metroid games, and maybe people that haven't, so I don't want to assume everyone has. Fall through there. Let's see, I think I can make it up here now. Come on. Ah, I tried to time 2 of those jumps. There we go. Haha. That's not necessarily a bomb jump level, but it's a little tricky. I got it. You can come down this way later, so it's not like it's a huge thing. It's called what's called a sequence break, which is, you know, where you basically get around something that you weren't supposed to get to yet. Oh, there's another one there. I want to keep exploring because you keep finding stuff, right? So. More upgrades. Pure skill. Sure. Yeah, I watched some of the speedrunners playing Metroid games, and it's just ridiculous what they can do. I really enjoy watching the Awesome Games Done Quick marathons. They're really fun, which is just a huge collection of speedrunners that are basically competing for charity. And it usually goes to a really good cause, and it's a cool event, but just watching all the people, I'd love to go to one of those. And see it in person. I don't really know where I'm going right now. I'm just kind of exploring, so. I think all the water's electrified, so I want to go in that. I'm fish hunting with missile. No. It's funny because, yeah, I don't think I would be very good at it. I don't have the patience to play the same thing over and over. I think that's what's required, right? A lot of practice. My kid wants to speedrun Breath of the Wild right now, Zelda. So, you know, go for it, kid. You do you, but yeah, I don't think I'll be able to play the same game that much, because I think when it comes down to speedrunning, you have to really, really love a game, right? And that's when I listen to people that are speedrunning, they usually play the game, you know, thousands of times to get that fast, but they really enjoy the game. You know, that's what they like playing, which makes sense then, but I think I get tired of the game. Even my favorite games, like Super Metroid or Zelda 3, if I played them over and over, I think I get tired of them. There we go. Yeah, they're awesome. And I do really enjoy seeing unusual games, too. They have the craft block, where they play, like, you know, Mega Man for DOS and random, like, Super Highlight and who knows what. And those are usually really funny. I watched a speedrun there of the entire Final Fantasy VII a few years ago, and that was fascinating. I mean, it was a 7-hour run or something like that. They did it in one sitting. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, right? But it was... So we can't go that way. But it was super entertaining. I love it when you get people that are really passionate about a game and they really enjoy it, and it's fun to watch people that are having a good time or are really good at what they do, right? So when the speedrunning comes into play, then the personality is huge, so not everyone can have such a stellar, you know, personality like I do. It was not Puexel. I can't remember who it was, but it was a team of people I hadn't seen before. Yeah, there you go. That's the thing, too. If you try a shorter game, that's a lot easier than investing a lot in a huge game. It'll take you a long time. Like one of those, you know, Final Fantasy VII, like, again, it was a huge game. If you mess up somewhere, or, you know, mess up your run 5 hours in, I mean, that's... You're not going to set a pace at that point, and you're out all the time, so... Star Wars NES? Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, that's the thing, too. I remember as a kid, too, like, oh, yeah, I can play that game again. I'm a you know, grown-up now. I can handle this. Like, oh, my goodness, this is ridiculously hard. How did I do this as a kid? All right, so this is not the way in, then. So I'm going to have to go that long way around, then, huh? Aha, there's something here. Look at this. Ooh. That's an upgrade. The exploration is a huge part of the Metroidvania games. One that came out recently is Bloodstained Curse of the Night, I think, or something like that. But that one's really good. We have it on Switch, which is little performance issues, but it's a really cool Metroidvania made by the creator of Symphony of Night, I believe. So, all right, looks like we have to go exploring. Check again up here. I don't think there's any way through here. That's really what it comes down to. I'm just not as responsive. And also, something I think we forget, especially as grown-ups with responsibilities and who knows what, right? You got all the time in the world. And that's the kicker. Like, I would get a game. I remember getting Super Metroid. It was a weekend. And it arrived in the mail. And I got it. I mean, I played that until I couldn't play anymore. Like, I was so tired I couldn't see straight. Because I had the time to do that, but now with all responsibilities, not so much, you know. So I can't go there yet because it's electrified. And especially now that, I mean, in this case, you know, you have an emulation thing or a mister here now. We got thousands of games you could enjoy, but no time to enjoy them. So you got a little picky. Tyler, what was the racing game in question? I'm a little curious now which one, if you don't mind sharing, which one was it you were trying to speedrun? Ooh, that looks nasty there. So I know it's fun to watch. I saw someone playing like 200cc Mario Kart on Switch or whatever, and they were just flying, so... Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Sucre. Have a good one. Hope you're, can't wait to see your new video. No pressure. Can I get through here? Yeah. Oh. Can I even get back up here? Oh, I missed something somewhere because I can't even get back up here now. This is the way I must go, but I can't get in the water there. Alright, I missed something. Somewhere. That's fine. There's probably a way to turn off the power, I bet, somewhere. So yeah, I missed something somewhere there. Oops. Fishy. Got plenty of missiles now. Man, there's hardy fish here. Just gonna check if there's anything secret here, but... See, the X as I destroy it there kind of morphs around, so... So what was down here? I don't think I could get through here, right? That's where I was. So I went up there. Target's right up there. I can't get through. Alright, I missed a secret entrance somewhere. Take a swig of beer while I think about it. Yep, have a good one, Sucra. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to smash that like button. Notification. No, sorry. Just can't do it. Like, I enjoy everyone supporting. I love it. But, some of my early videos, I did, you know, do that thing with subscribe, and if you can do it naturally where it doesn't sound just ridiculous, then so be it, but often it becomes just too... yeah. Is there anything in this room here that can get me through? See, I played this game through, I beat it several times, but now it's been so long. So where the nice part comes in when you basically forget a game. I don't think there's anything in here. Nope. So, it's got to be something... Do I turn off the power first to get through? Yeah, it's a very good looking game. I really like what they did with the Game Boy Advance. There's a lot of cool features on here. And I think they utilized the hardware very well. So clearly I can't get up there. I don't know if I should go back to that wreckage part I couldn't get through. Could try and like power through this, but I have a feeling that's gonna hurt me pretty bad. I should have saved room first before I try that, because that would I'll try and go this way again. It's been so long since I don't remember. Yeah, that's the thing too. They just go for that right away. You know, to put the whole bunch of like, you know, gifts and stuff in there, and I get it. You gotta do the hustle, but you know, let's be realistic about it, right? And I did that in the beginning too. I'm not gonna try and deny that, where I was trying to do more of the, you know, subscribe and all that stuff, and I like a tasteful thing at the end where people can opt out of the video at that point. Or they can keep watching it and see, you know, suggesting more videos, stuff like that. Try and be honest about it, because if your content's good, you'll get subs that way. Alright, is there a way through this spot here? Nope. So I'm missing something. Yeah, if they can pull it off cleanly, you know, then awesome. But yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen the channels to get a little too over-ambitious on that, so... I'm a little curious, too. You were tweeting... yeah. I'm a little curious on Dermot, if you were talking about a specific one. I think you tweeted right about frustrating to see pretending small-time creators be clearly sponsored by, you know, huge ones. I'm a little curious on if you have specific ones in mind. I think I've seen that kind of thing, too. It's a bummer. I think you were mentioning basically is that some creators that pretend to be like grassroots or really have a huge production team behind them. Which, I mean, that's the thing. It's a machinery at this point. You look at how many channels there are and how many people are getting money and being famous, and it's pretty ridiculous. Alright, what am I missing here now? I feel I should probably just try and go into the electrical. Because there is this part here where... Okay, I can survive it for a while. Okay, so I think I need to do that, yeah. Just took a very long way around here. Can I get up there? Nope. So, that'd be great if I can get up there, but I'm not sure if I can. Holy cow. That big? Like a full-sized crew? I've been here several times now. And I feel almost ridiculous for not remembering here how to get through this part here. But I feel there has to be something with that water there, because you want to get through. Is there anything here? Aha! That would do it. Take that. We found it. Yeah, there's that part too. Like, get off my virtual lawn. Pump control unit too. Yeah, I think we need a... I wonder if I need the speed booster for that. Yeah, that is true. It gets really tricky sometimes. And I mentioned earlier that this game and Zero Mission is pretty good about leading you where you need to kind of go. Of course, I said that earlier and then I got stuck, but it is pretty good about it. There certainly have been worse ones on that. Like Super Metroid is very open in the sense it doesn't tell you where to go, right? It just kind of funnel you. But this one really gives you an objective, somewhere to kind of roughly go, right? So, but in this case here, of course, I got stuck. So, but it's you know, it didn't take too long to find it. So, yeah, anything really is. You can tell when they have a big thing behind or. Oh, look, there's a little crack there. But I electrocuted myself so much. Aha! Oh, look at that. Whoop. Well, this looks nice. But it's not here. Yeah, at least these breakable walls. I mean, it's supposed to be like, you know, discovering, but at least the ones there that you need to progress were cracked a little bit there. You hit that 3 times. Fortunately, you get basically a full health recharge after you defeat it, so you don't have to worry about how much damage you take on these things, but come on. There it is. So that gives you full health and energy recharge. So now, here it comes. I remember having trouble with this boss when I was playing younger, so we'll see here now. So this is a super speed boss. So we get to deal with that now. If I could hit it a single time, that'd be cool. No? Whoa, one hit and you go bonkers. There's a pattern to this, I'm sure. Ow. Not cool, bro. So what if I just stand here? That's the right method, right? Oops, so... keep getting hit on him, or hit by him. So when is he coming here? Right there. So how many hits do you need? And can I get there before I run out of health? Oh, that's the wrong spot. Alright, looks like it's getting ticked off now. Huzzah! First try. I remember having trouble with this when I was a kid. Okay, I gotta defeat that thing too. That will kill you as well, but at least you can get some upgrades or health from it. So this is the parasite then that's possessing the little creature. Cue the upgrade. Speed booster acquired. Whoop. Break it there. Thanks, bringing out all the fanfare emojis there. Again, they drip feed you upgrades, right? So, for anyone who's played Super Metroid, you should be very familiar with the speed booster upgrade. So now we have to make it back to the pumping station then, I assume. But yeah, so the reason I'm playing this tonight is that, again, the Metroid Dread is coming out here now pretty soon in October, and I'm very, very psyched for that. There's one more boss in this game that's really tricky and annoying. I'm not sure we're going to get to that tonight because it's further along. I might see. I don't think this game is super long, believe it or not. So we'll see if we get to that one, but that boss I remember being really frustrating. Yeah, that's the thing. I think they did a marvelous job. I mean, think about it this way. What's I can't remember resolution on the Game Boy Advance now, but it's like, you know, 124 something or 160. I think someone mentioned earlier, Tyler. Maybe you're the one who mentioned it, but the resolution on it, right? And it's really not that high. Like, it's not even 240p. So they do a lot. It's funny too because I was playing a racing game. I think it was Need for Speed Underground. 1 and 2 came out for the system. Oh, not cool. Not cool. Uh-oh, not cool at all. And, oops. It looks really, 240 by 160, thank you. And, it looks really, really muddy. I mean, racing game in 3D, and it can do 3D with that resolution, but it looks just terrible. I think all the art direction on a lot of the Game Boy Advance games are really good. The 2D ones. It's a 2D powerhouse, really. And there's a lot of really cool titles on here. Isometric games, too. Pumping completed. Aha, it can't hurt me now. We drained everything. Is there anything else down here? You get power bombs later, which are nice because you can use a big explosion to cover the whole screen. And that lets you not have to worry about bombing every single section here. Alright, there we go. What's going on here now? Oh, we can just fall through. Alright, well, that was water covered before, right? So. Oh no, a red security door. I can't go there. So we will come back to that. Is there anything up there now? No. I think since we drained all the water, we should explore the water area now. You can't hurt me anymore. You can hurt me. Anything down here? No. Yeah, you're right. And that's what I feel. I love the pixel art from this era. Good quality 2D pixel art from like on a PlayStation or Saturn, Game Boy Advance. Any of that kind of era stuff looks just so gorgeous. I feel it's a missed opportunity, or not missed opportunity. I know that the can I make it back up here? I can, dang it. There we go. The Saturn had, it was designed to be a 2D powerhouse, but then it got resaddled late in development, right, to be a 3D device. And someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I'm not an expert on Saturn, but that's what I've heard or read about it. And when it does 2D, it does it really, really well, because it has two different units that can be done, basically a background and a foreground layer that can both be utilizing its own little engine, or DSP1 and DSP2 or something like that. And when it's done correctly, it's just really powerful for that, versus the PlayStation just has one graphical processing unit. And when they resaddled that for the Saturn, it made it very difficult to program for. So they had to deal with that. Oh, look at that. That's convenient. A little screechy though, so... Oh yes, Europe at the start. We don't get that around here. So there is actually, right now, looks like it's pretty close, a Saturn core in development for the Mister, which means that soon you'll be able to play pretty much all this, the Saturn games on a Mister, which that's pretty freaking cool, I would say. Oh, so that's just that area. Okay. So I can use that to run out of here. I see. It's supposed to be like super fast, but just kind of meandering or running slow there, it feels like. What's this then? Aha. Oh, the water's gone. So there's gotta be something here. Power bomb. Ah. So I have just an S-video adapter for my one, but then, yeah, exactly, you probably need something like that, right? Any of those RetroTink devices will do it just fine, too. The 5X is nothing else. Whoa! Turn into a big guy. So where am I going now? Probably go to navigation station, see what's up. Recharge. Because a lot of those adapters, right, I mean, especially the 2X, like, you really just plug in and you're down, you get a good flat panel scaling up it. I think it's Mike Cheese, the guy behind the RetroTink products. Seems like he's basically a wizard when it comes to that stuff. I know the 5X is a really good device. I'll have to get one someday, but with the Mister right now, I don't have a huge need for it. But it'd be awesome to be able to scale things so well. Well, as a result, you recovered another ability. Sorry you had to kill that animal, but, you know. Missile upgrade. High security lock. Avoid opening sensitive areas until it's necessary. Not a beer. I'm gonna play Drink the Beer! Alright, you win! What I win? Not a beer! That's what I hear, right? Because the resolution switching at the PS1, and, you know, backstory for those not familiar, right? Old games switch resolution quite a lot, especially on PlayStation, because the CRT always just adapted on the fly. It doesn't have to rescale or do anything, right? But it wreaks havoc on scalers and flat panels because they're not liking that resync happening, which I think the RetroTink 5X does really well, at least on the videos I've watched. And I'm planning on building a GBS control as well. And GBS control is an open source based on like an arcade thing, if you will. It translates the video. And that's not probably as good as these commercial products, but it's a good one to mess with. So I'm hoping to do that at some point. I got all the parts for it. Well, not all the parts, some of the parts. Alright, head for the PYR sector, which I'm guessing is very hot. Good thing they keep building these, so you think that by now the Galactic Federation that's responsible for all these things keep building these massive space stations and everything goes wrong all the time. I think you'll learn by now not to keep building these things. Of course now we have super speed, so we can run a little faster. There we go, woo! Smack! Alright. Maybe I should get another beer here, and I'm inspired by Ted. navigation room. It's not each sector has this to give you an idea of what's going on, so they have not invaded. Find a security room, activate level 2 hatches. So I get it for the story, but it's just the you know, unlock of abilities. So like, goodness. We're not going to send a team in. We're going to send in you. You're very weak. We're going to risk everything so that you can unlock things. And, like, get abilities, you know. Which works great for the story, but come on. It's a video game. It has plot. Alright. If you get into a hot room, exit. Save. I think this is a game you could play through in one sitting. I'm not sure we'll be able to beat it that quickly here, but we'll get through a bulk of the game. If you plow through this one, I don't think you're getting more than 5 or 6 hours at most. I might be wrong on that one. I don't remember exactly, but it's not a long game. But it's, again, it's more of a condensed experience. And I prefer that, especially for a mobile thing. That's mobile. Just gotta remember, you know, it was designed for a portable platform. Oh, that's too hot. None like it hot. This looks interesting. It does. Good thing to design all these breakable walls and things on this space station. Looks suspicious. Uh-huh. I'll say, what we're talking about here now, it's just... It's like they always... I think it was a webcomic. I can't remember what it was. It was like VG Cats or something. And it was around when Prime came out, or Metroid Prime. And the people that, you know, the Choso, they're saying there, they're like talking about how they built the space... Oh, no, the space pirates. Like, okay, so to get into the room, all you have to do is, like, shoot a missile up here, and then you move this thing, and then you blast these things, and you turn into a ball. And I'm like, what? Yeah, you turn into a ball to get through the small hole here. But we can't do that, and, you know, they goof on that, and I thought it was pretty cool, too, because just... It's video game design, but when you think about realistically how they will get around here, that wouldn't work so well with it. Take that, logic in games. No. Alright, I think we cleared everything we need to. Now we just need to run really, really fast. Smash! I think we have to... let's see. Yeah, we have to run through, so... Yeah, video game logic is... You know, we take it for what it is. It's funny, but it's still... Aha! Do I have to get more? More? No. Well, that's convenient. Good thing for the security room, in case you get locked out, they put in speed blocks that you can run through at lightning speed, so... No, I use that reference all the time, too. All the time. Fine, I'll do my own thing with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the thing. Like I need a weapon upgrade here now. Oh, I gotta boost through here, right? Yep. And... full speed. No! I mean, I meant to do that. That was part of my larger strategy here. Ah, dang it. And my lovely behind-the-scenes assistant has delivered another beer. What service? There we go. Alright, should we do another on-screen pour here? Just to really redeem myself. To make sure there's no, you know, question here. That I am able to pour a beer decently. Not based on my tweet there. My tweet video. A little weak head there, unfortunately, so... Better than too much head, but it could be better. Daikatana. I really should... I should stream that, shouldn't I? You know, I never really played it. I've only messed around with it a little bit. But I really probably should play Daikatan on stream sometime, right? Feels like that's a good thing. Whoa, that's too hot. This is such a fascinating game. Yeah, we're able to stream now. There's actually a surprisingly good cheers indeed at a race. Not sure if you've been there a while or not, but just first comment from you. So if you just arrived, welcome. But yeah, that's true. I should probably have that. But yeah, there's a really good Game Boy Color Daikatan. I have it, and I remember buying it. Can't get through there. And it's surprisingly good. So what's the deal here then? Because so I can't get through here yet. But see, there's only one security door there. Yeah, welcome. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't feel like you have to talk or anything, but welcome anyway. The more the merrier, so. Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think it's probably just the cap or the video. Sorry, my nose is not red from drinking beer. Usually it doesn't get red from 2 beers, but it's probably just the video settings I have on the capture on the camera, I'm guessing. I'll just blame that, and you can make your own judgment. So something isn't right here, because I can't get through there yet. But the security thing is unlocked. So there's got to be another way around here somewhere. Nothing there. Uh-huh. Look at that. I knew there was a way around, so... I know what upgrade I'm gonna get now. I remember now, but... speed all the way around. Gotta clear these guys up first. You know, that's a very good point, too. Like, why are they having me do all this junk here now? Yeah, someone else said they were drinking Stella as well. And I'm drinking, I am drinking what appears to be Bigfoot Lager or something like that. It is Buff Gold Beer. I think it's supposed to be a buffalo in the can here. Someone mentioned earlier that it looks like a Skyrim thing. There we go. We got through it. Huzzah! It's like, who designed... Besides just being... It's a video game, so we need to have barriers. Like, did they really design this thing so that you have to go through... Oh no, the SX came through here too. How unfortunate. So is there anything at the bottom there now? I don't think I need to go down there yet. Ooh, nice. Missile tank acquired. There we go. Now we can get up to the thing, I'm guessing. Yep. Haha. Oh, you didn't realize I was going to do that. No. Aha. So what happened there, very quickly, if you didn't see that, pure skill, by the way, is that I went on a block that only goes one way, so you fall down, and then I was able to jump up really quick before it reformed and grab the block. That was a quick recovery, I must say. Desert area. Yes, that is very accurate, yeah. I've only seen the moon a few times, but I do love it, so... I love when they call that kind of stuff out. Especially in games, of course. That's when you run into that stuff, you know. It's just ridiculous. But it's a video game. Which is, you know, in just a pure platforming game or something like that. Sure, fine. I think there's a thing here. Not yet, though. I'm very low on health. Do I get full energy from this? super missile. Keep bringing on references there. Well, that's good. My missiles are now stronger. Oh, this is in my final missile form. I think I'd fight something now. Creepy sound. Oh my. Save room. Yes, please. Save data. We didn't save data. He died in insurrection. Oop, spoiler alert. Hi, Zoe. What? There's a cat. I have super missiles now. Take that. I kind of like in this game, they don't give you too many, like, extremely powerful beam upgrades. They use the missile more, which is a cool idea because you don't have to, like, you're not just spamming a shot over and over. You're more, a little more subjected to the restriction of the ammo you have. I think it's pretty cool. So can't go there. So yeah, I'm gonna go back the other way. I gotta watch it again now. It's been a while. It was a good movie. I feel sometimes when I, you know, talk with my other younger coworkers or, you know, people that aren't as into movies as I am, and they don't get what I'm quoting, it's like, just, you know, it's good stuff. Oh no, that broke too, and I can only go one way. Boom, boom, boom. I think there's a little boss here again. Oh, hello. Oh. Ow. Zoe, you're not helping. See, I can blame it on the cap now. Shoot the core. Can you expose your core? Zoe, you're being friends with the microphone at the wrong time. Oh, I need to shoot it in between, maybe? Ow. I'm not doing very well at this boss here now. I did so well in the last one. Supposed to be able to damage this guy, right? There we go. So shoot him when he is... Goodness, Zoe, you're not helping. Blame the cat, blame the cat. Emergency, blame the cat. There we go, I got a few hits in there at least. There we go. Zoe, I would shoot her off right now, but she's... There we go, that was a few good hits. There, I think we got it. Whew. Goodness. It's a big mechanical. Whoa! Good thing he just decided to jump straight up for me to walk on these things. I don't think it liked... There we go. I have to kind of... Hi, Zoe. Is the microphone your friend? Whew. Got bacon? Alright. You know, it's funny. I only played... Oh. Oh, Nose came back. Alright, I'm glad. I'll say I only played a demo of the PC version of Final Fantasy VIII. I never played it otherwise. Oh yeah, I got super missiles now. If I can hit you, there you go. Ow, hi Zoe. Like, they give you enough missiles that it's not really a problem, but I like the fact that it's a limited resource to use right. There was something up here. You have to speed boost through here? Yeah, I thought so. I don't think I can charge... Yeah. There are ways, okay. That's alright, like, I mean, I love Final Fantasy VII. I was right in the right range for that. So you need the screw attack. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it's funny how a 70-hour game at this point, which is it's a long game, back then was humongous, and now that's like, I don't know, I mean, it's almost average now, right, compared to some of these mega open world games that are, I mean, looking at Ubisoft, that just, you know, never end. This looks interesting. What's up there? Seems like there's a speed boost there. But I can't get enough speed here. Oh well. Boy, I need some health. I'm very low on health right now. Give me health. Give me health, give me missiles, give me... No, that didn't work out. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, again, I much rather prefer, which I'm excited about the Metroid Dread. I prefer, at this point, a shorter, well-crafted experience than just padding. And that's what it comes down to, right? It's just that I want them to respect my time. In a sense that, like, I think The Witcher 3 is just a long game, but it is a good long game. It has a lot of content. But all the tower collecting and junk like that, like Breath of the Wild, for example, is a big game, right? You could take your time in that, but it doesn't force you to. Like, you can explore on your own pace and things like that, but all the... Here's a map, and there's 15 billion points of interest unlocked. I'm kind of past that at this point. Why, yes, I did encounter a rogue security robot. Do you think you could disable that? You may destroy it if you meet it again. Okay, thanks. Glad we cleared that up. Yeah, that's the thing. I really want to. And especially getting back from vacation now, I think I might just take some time off at some point and play it, because every time now I sit down, I've been working on, you know, prepping for the next video or doing stuff like that. And then the 4th of July here now too, some holiday stuff with family, but I really just want to... Cat hair. I just really want to sit down and play that, because it is a nice thing to get lost in, you know. But I haven't played at all since we talked about it last time, what, 2 weeks ago? Alright, don't go to the cold stuff. Got it. Ooh, adjust my suit. Bye-bye, bacon. Finally got my own bacon with blackjack and hookers. In fact, forget the bacon. Data room in night habitat. Knock. Ooh. Okay, I've heard good things about Ghost of Tsushima. There's a director's version of that coming out, right? It's like, what I feel is like, if I get the next-gen console now, it's going to be when it's been out for a while, be it an Xbox or PS5 or both, and then go back to the back catalog when these games are dirt cheap and enjoy them. I kind of feel that's what's going to happen. Yeah, so the only one that can do this, Samus. We're not going to send any help. Good luck. Oh, and watch out for rogue security robots. Oops. Ooh, the plot thickens. Oh no, it's a G-Man. Does Samus suspect anything? No, I do not think so. That we sent her off to get basically killed on the space station by herself? Nope. Good, monitor her closely. Affirmative, out. Ooh. So the plot is a little different here. I mean, this came out on after Metroid Prime, or at the same time as the first Metroid Prime, thereabouts. But it was not, you know... it was after Super Metroid and everything, so... It's true. She does suspect it, because I know. Of course, we can look at which areas have been unlocked, right? I'm in Area 6 now, and of course you get to go back to other ones, too. Which is the whole thing with Metroidvania, and I really enjoy that part of Metroidvanias. Excuse me, is getting new abilities and going back and exploring. Usually come back to an area more powerful, you have more things, you know. At least the design of the space station. Look in the top left corner. So that's supposedly the design of the space station. It, like, makes sense, you know. Do you hold your beer and, like, take the bacon and dip it in the beer? Or... The very astute data is here from HQ, ready to download. Alright, get moving to the data room. There's a problem. No. No. Oh. So don't touch the blue guys, because they're bad. They'll freeze you. So, long story short, since you were injected with the Metroid vaccine, you were susceptible to cold damage, so... Bacon beer dip. I wonder if bacon-basted... or beer-basted bacon, though. That might do it. Can you do that? I don't know. I'm not a cook. All right. That's true. We talked earlier before you arrived, Christopher, about what kind of name Stella is. I think at least Ted suggested it, so you know, I'm just repeating it. I'm not saying it. You know, should have better cages on these things. I suppose the idea is that the SAX has let all these animals out. SAX is basically Greenpeace, so... Oh, which way did I go? Well, that's got to be secrets here. Yes. Oh, it's weird. Let's shoot it. I assume I cannot get in there. No, that would be too obvious. You got to get from the other side, I'm sure. Yep. Aha. So now you gotta avoid... Could give me the super missiles to begin with. You know, if you're downloading that, why don't you just give me the maximum upgrade right away? So you can stun these things, but you cannot kill them. So that was the first taste there. God, the movie trope ever. 2 weeks from retirement. Oh, I was so close. What's the spoof movie? What's it called in English? The one with Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson. I love that one. I can't remember what that one's called in English. They spoof Lethal Weapon, and it's just delightful. Well, this looks bad. Ow. I don't think I'm supposed to go through here yet. Ow. Well, that nearly killed me. Yeah, I don't think and there died. Loaded weapon. Oh no! First time. So, that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to go through there. I think the critter there... The funny part is that the critter we just talked about that I just blasted, I think he's the one that dealt the lethal blow, or the final blow there. So... And that's the interesting part, too, about the Dread one. I watched a video on that, and it's supposed to be like... yeah, I just wanted a frozen hug. Baby, you're cold as ice. The Dread part there is that... I was going to say... Something important and very meaningful and insightful, so just imagine I said something like that. Oh, hello. There it is. There's the missile tank. Yeah, and that was real sloppy, too. That's alright. Oh, that's what I was going to say. With the Dread thing, I think that the intent is that the MI that you run into, or ME, the unkillable robots, is that they will kill you very quickly, but you respawn from checkpoints very quickly. Well, I'm not supposed to go there. I need the various suits first. So now they're kind of funneling me again, right? Oh, hi. Whoa. Maybe if I go in here. Is this quiet here? It's fine. Oof, that really hurt. That really hurt. Who throws a icy X-Parasite? Anyway. Ah, got hit by one. 1 versus 3 there. Let me out of here. The save station over there. Can I get to that from here? Oh, thank you. This is health stuff here. These guys are really meant here for your recharge purposes, I'm sure. And there's a save. We'll take that. Thank you. Yeah, it really was. Ah! This is like if you played Super Metroid, there's little things that spit out like these kind of flying things, and you kind of use them as... Can screen scroll, or... Help some scrolling there. This is like a trick here. There's gotta be a way down here somewhere. There it is. Again, who built this? It's shoddy workmanship. It just explodes as soon as you do anything here. Sure, I'm not missing anything important here. What's this then? Oh no. And yes, if you get out here, that thing will kill you. I mean, it's the creepy omnipresence of this thing that, like, you can't fight this. But she drops a power bomb here now, I think, which hurts. You hear the footsteps. It's creepy. I remember as a kid playing this, and I was, you know... I wasn't like a kid, but if I was a kid for real, this would creep me out. Open door. It's a cool plot device. You know what, I envision that, like, Rainbow Caterpillar doing that President speech now. I will not go quietly into the we will not go quietly into the night. We will survive. I gotta watch Independence Day again. I love it just from the over-the-top 90s ridiculousness that it is. I just love it when it came out, because it is just so over-the-top. I know this tries to be, like, seriously patriotic, but it's so ridiculous, so... It was a little Terminator, yeah, because it was, like, just... So, yeah, I think that's what they're trying to recreate. So, this is Metroid 4, and Dread is going to be Metroid 5, straight up. Direct sequel to this, and I think, like, they wanted to emulate or reproduce the feel of what the SAX did. I think they specifically talked about that. I was going to say that was going to... Pretty much a given there. There we go. But it's playing this on a PVM or CRT like this. It is really gorgeous. Really? At least the super missile knocks it out right away. Oh no! It took my stuff! It's like Apple talking to an alien machine. Oh wow, yeah, it must have slowed down a little bit there. Got some slower... Break those things first. You can't just spam super missile here. See, these bosses, I mean, this one, of course I'm going to eat this now, but I think I should be able to defeat him fairly easily. Some of them are easier, some of them are not. I'm kind of yo-yoing them back and forth like this. Whoop. It's funny, as I started streaming, I'm not very good at video games. Like, I enjoy them a lot, but it's not like I'm, you know, amazing at them. So I realized after a while, it's like, I'm going to be playing these games and dying over and over, so I try and pick games that I can at least progress in, so... yeah, it does kind of do that. I'm not sure I get the Varia suit from the coronavirus, but So yeah, now you can survive extreme temperatures, meaning we can handle... I just want to explore that's blocked on the map. So we can handle heat and cold. We still can't go in the water. You need the gravity suit for that. I don't think I can get up there yet. I could bomb jump there, but that would be a bad time for everyone. The idea with bomb jumping is that you place the bombs just right. And when you do the wall jump like that, it really catapults you away from the wall to discourage that kind of walk up you can do along a wall. But skilled speedrunners can do that just fine, so... yeah, I've heard really, really good things. I am just not very good at games that are very hard, and I get frustrated, I think. So I've heard nothing but really good things about the Dark Souls series, as far as the game goes. But I'm just really bad at those like hard games where you have to do it over and over and learn a pattern and aha. The cool thing is they haven't learned yet that I'm susceptible or I can now absorb them. So they come to you, but then after a while they stop doing that. See if you guys can notice that, but I think that's a really cool touch. We'll leave the rainbow worm alone there. Not that guy. So, yep, let's say there we go. I'm not gonna leave these guys alone. There's gotta be something in here. Yeah. That looks suspicious up there. What is it in here? Hmm. Gotta be something in here. There's a circle thing. Huh. That's the thing. I've you know, again, I've heard nothing but good things about those games. Gotta be something up there, right? Yeah, there it is. Get it? There we go. I'm just so bad at that style of game. I shouldn't say I'm bad per se, but I think I just get frustrated too quickly. See, now they're escaping. See? They know I can now get benefit from eating them, whatever heck she does with those things, so... Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I really feel I should try it for real sometime. Just a slow, methodical scrolling, or the rolling around and stuff like that, but... I've heard it were just really, really good games from even just a basic fantasy perspective. Good game mechanics and... I just don't tend to do very well at games where you're just dying over and over. So now, we can actually go into places we couldn't before. Aha! Look at me. I'm the captain now. Yeah, they just escape. I just like that that's a cool touch, because now they learned, hey, can't do anything with Samus anymore, so we should escape. There's gotta be something in here, right? Ah, nothing yet. So now the hard part is remembering that piece, because I need a power bomb to get through there, which I do not have yet. And getting that later, you gotta remember to go back. But as you get more abilities, you kind of just start kind of roaming around and looking for more stuff. That's part of the fun for me in Metroidvania, is exploring it and coming back with new abilities. I'll say that seemed a little too obvious. What a douche. So there's gotta be something in here. There's a real one. Thanks. Thanks, game. There we go. You mean this game sounds good on headphones, or my buttery smooth voice? No. Or Souls. Context head. It's important. furious button mashing. It's funny, I like this. So I'm playing with the 8-bit Do gamepad thing. One of these that has the, you know, dual analog sticks and everything. It's really handy. But it has a very, very clicky sound to the buttons. There you go. Why not both? More than probably the original Super Nintendo controller does. I still like this because it really works well. But it's very, very clicky. I noticed. And it's just funny, as I'm playing on the Mister, playing on a SNES reproduction thing that supports, you know, dual analog and multiple shoulder buttons. What a time for retro. I know it's very popular, but my goodness, the options we have on retro, as far as, you know, controllers, way to play games, access to it, it's just ridiculous right now. It's a good time to be into retro. Perhaps even random retro, as it were. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the 8-bit Do controllers in general. They make really good stuff. Like, they have the right feel to them. They work really well, compatible with just about everything. There, I think we can now go into the PYR section again without roasting alive, which is good. Or so I hear. Save complete. Here, here. Cheers. Cheers for retro. The cool thing, the cool thing with retro is that you get more and more retro every year. How did that X download the Verisuit data? Process data organically. Ugh. Freeze you so you can escape easier. Now, what I mean, like, you know, as far as, like, you know, the accessibility of everything, you could, on your regular computer, just install emulators and play everything, and you can access to ROMs, and there's many, many ways to enjoy old stuff now, these days. I think that's a really cool thing. Plasma beam, alright. Ice missile. So the whole premise is that, excuse me, not the premise, but that because your body now has a lot of Metroid stuff in it, you can't get ice upgrades, so they give a lot of upgrades to the missile, which again, I think is sort of a cool touch, because then you have a limited ammo, instead of spamming the blast with just a regular blaster all the time. Go to Sector 5, Arc. There's that part. Yeah. Everybody gets more retro all the time. Vintage is what we call that. More vintage. Nice. Well, I'll take a look here in a minute. I don't want to just go over Discord right now, but they make really good controllers. And I should say, I mean, there's been many reproduction SNES controllers, right? I have a whole drawer of them with different varying qualities. The iBuffalo one was one of the first ones I bought, like $15 on Amazon. But an 8-bit Do came around, and like I played Switch with this one. I know, Brian, I'm not sure if you're still on. You have that, the bigger one, right, with the shoulder or the grips that come down, right? And that works really well on PC and Switch, and you know they tried to make a good controller. It wasn't just them printing out. It was not Mad Cats here, right? Where they were just cranking out controller after controller after controller with dubious quality. So, oh, nice. Thanks. I appreciate it, Ted. I'm trying to get really good at where everything mixes right now, because I'm looking to the sound meter up there. See if we can go to the action cam here. I'm not sure if you see right up here. I see a little sound meter dancing there. SN30 Pro. Thank you. Yeah, that one. You see it dancing here, right? So this is my speaker volume, and then the game audio down here. Trying to keep a good mix on it. I've had many streams where it was awful, and you learn slowly but surely. As you might expect, the data room here is secured. That summarizes this whole experience. Security hatches are yellow. Release to lock. Oh, did I enable a fast forward? I think I enabled fast forward. Because that is very, very fast right now. is really fast. I think there's a button for it. Woo! So, I'm gonna save and reset the car. Wee, wee, wee! Samus is really excited. I think there's a button for this, and I must have pushed it when I lifted him up my... So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna reset the core and load a game, so... If it will reset? Wow. There we go. Okay, I have something really messed up here now. Alright, F it. We're gonna reboot the Mister. See, that's the cool thing with this. So let's reset it. You can be back in the game very quickly. There we go. Bling. Yep, we hyperclocked the Game Boy. And I'm sure what happened is that I was messing with the controller. You can set the buttons here, and I think I probably just pushed it fast forward, so... good thing there was a save station right there, otherwise that would have been fun, so... let's see, Metroid. Can I remember my alphabet? Fusion, there we go. And just the other day, the person who developed the Game Boy Advance core for the Mister released an update that increased load speed dramatically. And I was like, updates just keep coming, so... They fooked it all up. There we go. And we're back. Easy. Like nothing happened. I guess the way, so with the Mister, if you're not familiar, it has an ARM processor baked on the same chip for controlling it. And that's what runs the OSD, and then runs all the ancillary functions that the Mister has. And they wrote it in such a way, it's Linux, they wrote it in such a way that it is incredibly fast to boot. Like you saw there, that was a cold boot. Like I hard rebooted the Mister basically. That was the same as unplugging the power and plugging it back in. It was that fast to come back online, so... Okay, so I can't go through there. So there must be some other way around here. That looks suspicious, yeah. Again, good thing that they, you know, left a hole there so that you can get through in case you forget your keys. How's that blast even working? System Mangler. I'll say, is that like in Fable where, because you kick the chicken, you get like the title of Chicken Kicker or whatever? In Fable, a lot of the actions you take supposedly are supposed to like react, the game world is supposed to react to your actions. And I think if you kick chickens as a kid, later on in the game, they're just like, oh, there's that Chicken Kicker. So I'll go by that title then, System Mangler. Ugh. Manta, or Stingray there, was barfing at me. It's a long way down. I can go where now? So, is that a save station here? Aw, can't get in there yet. So there's a data room. Supposedly. It's true. You'll never know. It's very peaceful. Of course, I can't get through there yet. Gated progression, everyone. Yeah, you gotta have fire, ice. I can't remember. I think it's the, oh, what's that YouTube channel I watch? Forgetting names now. My goodness. Zero Punctuation. He always talks about the progression. You gotta have a, you know, in games that have a grass level, fire level, ice level, desert level, you know, that kind of stuff, so. I'm glad you enjoy it. That's the thing, you know, again, you get as good quality as you possibly can out of the system with the Mister, and that's what's really cool. I have to go through that door. Yeah, I'm really sad that I kind of want to replay, but it's like, I swear, I would buy an Xbox One X, whatever it is now, the modern one, to play upgraded 360 games, because I would love to play Fable 2 again, upgraded. Come on, blue things, my body is ready. What's this then? Hey. But you can get as good a quality audio as you can, right? So, VP of Chief Chicken Kicking Operations Officer, please. So I work in IT, and I used to work for a commercial real estate company in IT, and they gave everyone who sold enough properties the title of vice president, which is fair. I mean, that's their choice, right? But most of them knew that it was just a thing they used for kind of like the business card. But some people took the VP title to heart. Like, I need my email right now. Don't you know I'm the vice president? Yeah, you and 30 other people in your office, buddy. So. Oh, the same pair of headphones? So what I've used lately is I bought these guys. Which I think, it's just one of those cheapo ones. They don't even brand. It's like One Audio. I don't know. They were just highly rated on Amazon. They're the $30 studio headphones. I wanted something that was neutral, because I've always had like bass-heavy headphones, because I like bass, but I wanted something when I was listening to my videos I was making them. I wanted something neutral, and this was probably the cheapest like studio headphone I found, and they sound great. I have no complaints. But I think they probably use a similar, design, I'm guessing, too. I also had a... So if you're not familiar, and I mean a little technically, expanding on this, stuff, because, that's kind of what I do right on the technical side. And in Outlook for email, so I can't get through here yet. So I don't have the speed booster enough here. So that's a no-go. I think I need to freeze thing here first. Ice missiles, because I need to freeze these things. But when you type something in Outlook, you basically, it gets an auto-suggestion area. And that auto-suggestion is... So there's gotta be something here. Yeah, there we go. The auto-suggestion is what you type recently. So if you type in, blah, 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 it's going to store blah, blah, blah. And this guy was really upset because he saved his address list there, which is not accurate. The address list is your address list. And he got really upset. I can't believe someone hasn't taken the time to back this up, and you should guys do that. And it's like, yeah, we're not really going to... And I say this in jest, because I am not this, sarcastic to, internal clients or customers, but we're not going to take the time to back up, several hundred computers one by one manually like that. And he was really upset about it, because I said, if you type in dishwasher there, it's going to save dishwasher. It's like, I don't type in dishwasher, I type in my real contact names. Anyway, if you worked in IT or support of any shape, way, or form, dealing with customers is the fun part. I just like that those frozen guys are just literally avoiding me right now, so... Was it something I said? I promised I'd call back. Boy, these guys are really respawning here. It's alright, I'm good now. Yeah, exactly. They are some generic Chinese thing, I'm sure. But for the price performance, my wife has got a pair of Sony studio headphones for her music, which are awesome. They sound really good. They're definitely more expensive and better. But these, for what they do, man, they're really good. Considering the price. They're not that expensive, so... I mean, yeah, again, I paid like $30 for them. I like them so much I bought a second pair for work that I use there. Because I had some really crappy ones before for work that were fine. But these just sound so good. Aha! I can get through this door now. Give me the data. Gotta have that Metroid. It's on par with the Zelda. So you gotta have that sound. It's critical. Well, that's a long way down. Still falling. What is it in... hey, it's... My brother always said these guys look like bread loaves when I was a kid. There's gotta be something up here for sure. So now I have freeze missile, which I think I... Yeah. There we go. So the missile now freezes stuff. Dang it! Ah! Fool me again. So I'm trying to say, it can't fool me twice. But at least they give you the actual upgrade that it's taunting you with there, because that's frustrating. Okay. Aha, I thought it was something here. Yeah, it's this solid, like, repeat of abilities that's so desirable in these games. So it looks like there's nothing else here. So we'll probably fall down here then. Yeah, that's true. We actually had someone at work, like Windows 11 is just now in preview, right? I mean, it's a nice little thing here. They show you that those things can be used there. Windows 11 is just, I mean, it's not even in release yet, right? And someone at work was like, so when are we getting Windows 11? Like, if you worked in technology, it takes a long time to, you know, vet an operating system, make sure it works with all the applications, etc., etc. It's a long process. It's not something you just crank out in a day, you know. Can't go through there. So I think I need to not shoot those guys. That's the thing, it's like, I haven't tried the preview yet. I mean, it looks cool, I guess, so... Well, I'm not getting through here. So I will reserve my judgment until I actually try it, but I think that all Windows 10 users, at least for a limited time, will get the upgrade for free, right? That's what they were talking about. So... I heard the biggest thing I'm interested in is the hardware or the speed boosts from Power Bomb, huh? Ooh, look at that. Look at. The speed boost apparently in the SSD department. Apparently the performance increase you get from SSDs and, well, not NVM2 hard drives, things like that, is going to be quite substantial. And that's the one I'm excited about. So there, now I can freeze this guy and I can run faster. I'll say you're getting up for work here soon. You sleep a lot less than I do, that's for sure. I stay up late all the time, and much sure that's in my own life probably, but you, sir, are something else. I'm not sure I could do as little sleep as you do. Interesting here. It's convenient, so I was a way out. Let's see, I don't think there's any yellow doors. Yeah, there's some more yellow doors up there. That's later. Come on. So I wonder if I can damage this guy here now. I kind of doubt it, but... Alright. Nanette, Ted, thanks for dropping by. Hopefully your bacon and beer sits alright. Let's see. Yeah, I went through here already. But there's a couple security doors at the end there, or the beginning of the stage. gonna celebrate Independence Day, Ted? I guess wrong country. Sorry. That thing in the background there is very ominous and is definitely a boss you run into later. And he's creepy as hell. And quite difficult, I might add. Alright, so let's see. We're not there. Alright, I apologize. I've had a lot of beer. I'll be right back. Bio break. You guys can listen to the wonderful music for just a second. Hopefully nothing kills me. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Now, unfortunately, I don't think she does. Like, she doesn't do anything. I do love idle animations when they're just kind of sitting around doing nothing, right, for a while. I'll say, I remember watching a speedrun where someone was playing and they were getting really focused, like, you know, we've been playing for a long time now and I ran into bio break, but I can't stop now, whatever. And there was like a specific break point they had, I think. Where they normally would take a break. Oh, I was gonna get that missile on there. I don't think I can. Emergency in Sector 3. Something bad is happening. I think there was a secret in that room. I can't get back there now. Yeah, it's alright. I'll save, you know, do my thing. A little shopping. Got time. Alright, lay it on me, computer. What's wrong? Emergency Sector 3. I got that one. Meltdown. Main boiler cool unit. That's a little foreshadowing. If you play any Metroid game, they always have a self-destruct thing, right? And you have 6 minutes to get to the main boiler room. Hacked into it. Yes. I wonder if we'll make it. They said it might set off the self-destruct explosive. So everything you ever do in any Metro game has to have, you know, self-destruct explosives, obviously. I didn't even see that. I didn't even talk behind my back. That's fine. Okay, where am I going? Okay. Hurry to the control room. Good thing when it's paused, it doesn't count. So which is my route here now? Do I really have to go all the way around there? Yep. What I was saying is, like, Metroid takes a lot of inspiration from Metroid takes a lot of inspiration from Aliens, for sure. Alien, all those, you know. I think they'd be in the meta as such. See, I have to go up and around. I don't think I can go... Yeah. There's no way directly through... Where the heck is... How did I get through there? Huh. Let's try this way. If there's nothing else, we have a recent save, so when the station explodes... Oh, that's right, there was a thing here. There we go. And there was a speed thing here. It's all coming back to me now. It was just like 20 minutes ago. There we go. Now we're back to where we were. Aha! Okay, it's gotta be a save room here. It's an upgrade. Have time. We got plenty of time. Get little missiles. It's fine. Ow. Lava still hurts, apparently. I'm glad the missile not only lets me freeze them, but they stay in the air, too. That's pretty impressive. Lets them defy gravity, apparently. Come on. So where's the... You can see them coming out there now. Alright, hopefully we'll make it. We're getting there. They give you obviously a lot of buffer time for these things. It's not supposed to be difficult, it's just supposed to be put an extra stressor on you. I don't run out of health. There we go. That helped. Blast him. They're pretty liberal with the missiles. I got plenty of them, so. Alright, where's the dang boiler here now? Main boiler. You can find a boss too? Oh, I got a new beam weapon, that'd be nice. I like the super missile, it's so much powerful, it just knocks him out right away. Ah, I think we're gonna get the wave beam there. Yep, give me some wave beam. Wide beam. Wide load. I think he was possessed. We'll call it that. Cooling unit operational. Hey, cool. Did he just walk? She walk up and... Hey. Samus doesn't kill, except everything in her path. That's the thing, is like, I know that, you know, wildlife is supposed to be the primary, like, thing that Samus, like, generally, but my goodness. She just murdinates her way through like the wildlife at every planet she goes to, like everything. Now, supposedly here then these animals are possessed by the X thing or whatever, but I mean she just blasts everything. Ah, now I've got the Y beam. Could charge it in full power. Take that. Oh. That's fine, it's fine. At least there's no timer running right now. I'm gonna run all the way back to the, yeah, that seems like the beam is definitely stronger, so that's nice. Say, it felt like there had to be something there, but I don't have the power bomb yet, so I feel like you're gonna have to sweep a lot after the after you unlock the power bomb. Let's see if Contra 3 here, or Super Probotector for the Europeans among us. Yes, the Contra 3 Alien Wars was relabeled as Super Probotector because I think it was Germany maybe? They thought that the Contra, as it were, was too violent, so they made them robots. So in Europe, Contra was Probotector, protecting robots. It's still the exact same game. The main protagonists are just robots. That's it. But, you know, cool. It was just as violent, but I guess they got what they wanted. Yeah, okay. I thought robots were cool. I didn't realize Contra. It felt like, I remember seeing Contra the first time, you know, regular Contra. It felt sort of cheesy. Yeah, okay, there's some upgrades along the way there that I possibly could try and get now. No, I cannot because it's blocked. Never mind. Okay. I don't remember what was the deal with those upgrades. But, ooh, my beam is much stronger now. That's helpful. Oh, there's a fall down spot there. No, I can't go there yet. Come on. Alright. We're gonna play for a little bit longer here and call it there, I think, but it's a game that keeps just pulling in, especially in the handheld situation. It was easy to, you know, you just... Now, Mr. Johnson, we're just gonna use the Probotector, and then we'll check out your results afterwards. That sounds about right, yeah. Now, get down into Probulator. The Futurama has so many great references for that stuff. The X-Men were the crew member. See, it was the X thing, not me, who murdered that scientist. It all makes sense now. The X can absorb the memories and knowledge of their prey. How convenient. HQ was very impressed. Your presence is an even greater threat for the existence of X elsewhere. This is only a hypothesis. Aha. Yes, it is clear. I'm sure we'll find nothing of interest up there. Up we go, apparently. Maybe we'll check this area out here and then save and then call for the night there. But it's nice to be back streaming, that's for sure. It was a nice week off, but I'm glad so many people are coming back here now. Probably stream some computer stuff again next week, but I just wanted to kind of have a little bit of a break. My voice is even breaking. A little bit of a break from computer streaming just for a little bit there because GPU June was pretty heavy on the computer side. Which is fun, of course, but it's fun to vary things a little bit too. Okay. So now, here's the part that's cool with Metroidvanias is that you're coming back to an area you've been in before, right? So, I said earlier, I always enjoy that part. I come back here and like, remember when you were bullying me in the beginning of the game? Yeah, I got superpowers now. Except this door, I can't open that door. Screw that door. Gated progression. And save. Yes, I like the variety. Like, right? I mean, I love retro computers for sure, but I like retro consoles too. I mean, I played a lot of consoles growing up, and I mean, I had a Super Nintendo and pretty much no Sega. There's a reason for that, but say how convenient that I have to jump on these guys. I feel that's going to be relevant here. We had, oh look, if you have played Super Metroid, these guys are big pieces of that. Oh, I did the wrong one. Come on. No, that was wrong. I think I can make it. No, I cannot make it. It's a little obvious around platforming, but yeah, I had access to Nintendo stuff because my parents had a rental thing going on, and due to that, we basically just had, you know, access to renting. It's going to be a run thing here. Access to renting Super Nintendo games and Nintendo games, and there was no Sega involved, so that's kind of what happened there. Uh-huh. Well, these things are sure convenient, huh? Someone call an exterminator? Aha! Huh. Yeah, that's the thing too. That's what I enjoy too now. I'm enjoying playing Sega games, which is why I streamed Sega CD a few months ago, right? It's fun for me to experience an entire platform I almost no experience with. There we go. So if you play Super Metroid, those little guys show up there, so it's a pretty neat little callback there. I think we're going to go down to the computer room and we're going to save, and then we're probably going to call it good there. Etacoons and Dakaras. I've met these intelligent beings before. They helped her, yeah. So they help her. They show how the speedrun works, and they show in Super Metroid how to wall jump, basically. And you can decide if you're going to save them or not as you leave the planet as it explodes. Because everything you ever touch in Metroid explodes. And it's a nice little callback to them there. Let's go to the navigation room. Okay. most unfortunate. They're gonna confirm the death of all crew members. How many crew did they have in the space station, considering the size? Going stronger. Gotta. Power bomb data. Now we're getting into the good stuff. Yep, go back to the same data room. Yes, there's got to be stuff like that. Let's get to that sector and then we'll save. It's like I get it, it's, you know, space station designed for your abilities, jumping around and everything, but it would be a horrible place to work. Hang on, the stairs. I can't really use the stairs. I gotta jump up on these platforms first. Ooh, convenient. Say that was pretty much a given there. Speed boost, go! Free missiles. Let's go down here. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun exploring different platforms. TurboGrafx, another one I like exploring. A lot of games on Game Boy. That's true. It's not a good place for inspectors here in general, I think. Sector 5. Exploring all these different things, like, you know, Game Boy Advance has a lot of really cool stuff on it too. Game Boy Color, I didn't play much of that. I do have a few games on Game Boy Color. I have a Game Boy Color, but I didn't play that many games on it, so... You've been here before, but I'll show it again, just in case. But that shows the power of the Mister too, being able to explore all these systems, and that's what's really cool, I think, to be able to go through this very easily with no, you know, not much setup, and also being able to play it on the CRT and everything. So I think we're gonna switch there now, but yeah, it's fun to get back in the saddle and stream some more. I'll stream next week again, of course. And probably some computer game, I think. I haven't decided yet. I don't always decide. Yeah, I'll have to check that one out. I played a little bit of the, one of the... I was trying to remember. I can't remember which one it is. It's one where it's like almost isometric, but you have Anakin and Obi-Wan, like lightsaber battle. I don't know this one, but there's a really lot of cool games on Game Boy Advance, to say the least. A lot of the Game Boys have really cool games, but the Game Boy Advance is just a great system. It's like a portable Super Nintendo on steroids again, with a billion stuff. Yes, and someone noticed it there. My wife painted that. It's actually pixel art. Let me bring it down here quick. There you go. It's quite nice. She painted it out for my birthday a couple years ago. Lovely, isn't it? I felt it was good to bring that out for the stream here, so... But, you know, it's fun to get back in the saddle and stream some more. And I appreciate, whoa, what's going on there? Everyone joining up again. It was a lot of fun talking to everyone again. So, I will see you guys next week again, and we'll play some more games. I'll figure something else out. I got a few ideas on what to stream next week. If nothing else, I'll pull something out of my hat the last day. But yeah, that's really cool. She loves doing the pixel art painting. But, woo. But yeah, everyone enjoy the 4th of July holiday weekend. Don't blow yourself up, and drink plenty of beer, I guess. But otherwise, it was really fun chatting with everyone again. Have a good weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Yeah, feel free to chat on Discord and everything. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one. Night-night.